Dyna i chi waith tîm arbennig.
Job dda. Screwfix yn nodi pêl-droed ar S4C.
Noswaith i chi croeso mawr ato ni, a chroeso mawr i gartre hyfryd, clwb pêl-droed Denbigh. Mae'n noson fawr. Am fwy nag un rheswm, maen nhw'n chwarae yng Nghwpan Cymru yn erbyn Cewri Caernarfon, a dyma'r gêm gartre gyntaf iddyn nhw ers dros blwyddyn a hanner. Croeso mawr i Barc Canol neu Central Park. Dwi'n bod yn ceisio meddwl am joc i wneud Efrog Newydd neu Friends, yma'n ffrind ni Malcolm Allen yma. Croeso, Malcolm.
Yeah, and it's how you do it.
Diolch, ie. Joc am Joey ydyn nhw, ti'n credu. Dim joc fan hyn yno, mae'n gêm go iawn, mae'n gêm fawr. Cyn siarad am y gêm, rhaid ni sôn am y lleoliad. 19 mis os nhw'n chwarae gartre yn yr amser yna, cyfle i stere, eisteddle hyfryd. Mae'r cae yma, nhw wedi gorio miloedd ar y cae. Clwb o'r drydydd hain, dwi'n teimlo fel clwb o'r drydydd hain fan hyn.
Wel, maen nhw yn lle anghywir ydy o tyfo'r croeso da ni wedi gael, ond mae'n noson special iawn i nhw cael dod yn ôl yma wrth gwrs, ond dos o ddim cae gwell yn yr uwch gyngor yn y marn ni. Mae yna cae gwair, mae Caernarfon yn un da, ond mae hwn ar safon hollol wahanol. Rwan maen eisiau perfformio, a fydd y tîm bendant yn trio wneud hynny. Mae'n gêm gwpan, mae yna ramans bob tro, mae yna sioc yn bob rownd does yn y gêm gwpan Cymru, ond mae Caernarfon eisiau pwynt i brofi ar o beth ddigwyddodd 2 flynedd yn ôl.
Ie, y gwpan yn dod i ben oedd Caernarfon yn y rown gynderfynol yr adeg hynny. Oedd hi'n greulon iawn, oedd nhw'n teimlo falle bod yna rhyw ffawd, bod nhw'n agos am y cwpan. Y cwpan hefyd yn cynnig lle Ewrop nawr, achos bod un lle di mynd. Fe mor bwysig yw'r cwpan lenni felly? Does
am cwestiwn, agos mae'n gyntaf ail, mae'n rhaid i ddeud illa yn yr uwch gyngor, mae'n saff dydi sy'n tynnu fydd y ceic hwnna. Felly mae cwpan wedyn rhediad da, cyrraedd Ewrop, oherwydd di tyrtu safle ddim yn mynd â chdi Ewrop dim mwy. Mae'n di dangos faint o ddifri mae'r gwpan yma iddyn nhw efo'r tîm maen nhw wedi ddewis. Da ni'n gwybod mae hwn yn ffeinal i Denbigh, felly mae hwnna'n just... Fydd na ddim bwlch o'r trydydd adran i'r uwch gyngor efo Caernarfon hynno. Fydd y bwlch yna di cael, fydd o llawn cyffro, fydd i'n gêm reit spicy, dwi'n meddwl ar ôl beth ddigwyddodd 2-3 mlynedd yn ôl pan nhw'n gyntaf gael yn y gyngor is. Ac ti'n edrych ar hon hynno. Gêm gwpan, Caernarfon oedd i cartra, gêm gyntaf nôl yma'n hyn. Mae bob dim efo'r awyrgylch sy'n yma. Ella, mae'n groen banana, ond dim yn y marn ni, ond fyna digon o gyffro.
Just yn fer o ran yna, chi'n sôn cwpl o dymorau yn ôl, Caernarfon yn ennill y gyngor is, y cyngor Hughes Grey fel oedd hi ar y pryd ac yn esgyn. Denbigh yn ail, erbyn hyn, maen nhw wedi disgyn adran hefyd, mae'n syndod mewn amser byr, mae lot yn gallu newid ym Mheldrod, ond bydd hynny ddim yn gyfyn y ffactor heno chi'n teimlo yn y cwpan? Wel,
ti'n edrych ar y lle rwan, a sa chdi fel chwaraewr wrth dy bod o'r yma, a bob dim mor proffesiynol, ti'n edrych ar y steddle, ti'n edrych ar y cae, ti'n edrych ar y stafell newid, ti'n edrych ar y clwb, mae bob dim yn arwain y ffordd iawn. Un peth maen nhw angen neud rwan, maen nhw'n 100% yn y gyngor, so mae'n un efo 2 fuddugoliaeth allan o 2, mae pob arall yn chwarae 7 gêm, ond heno, mae'n geith nhw llinell fesur o lle ma nhw heno.
Hyfryd, edrych mlaen yn fawr, dim dyma'r unig gêm heno, mae'n noson fawr. Mae'n benwythnos mawr yng Nghwpan Cymru hefyd, gemau lawr yn y de a'r gogledd. Pencamper uwch gyngor Cymru, Cei Conna yn ei chanol i. Gêm ddiddorol iddyn nhw, gan i weld sŵp nhw'n wneud efo'n rhyl. Y rhyl newydd fel petai. A ni gadw'r chi mewn cysylltiad â Llansawel neu Trefelyn. Maen nhw'n mynd o dda yn y de, Rhydaman, Penrhyw Ceiber, Bai Colwyn yng Ngresffordd. Llandudno e-bus hefyd, gêm o uwch gyngor Cymru. Cwpl o dymhorau yn ôl. Dewch chi ni glywed gan y rheolwyr cyn y gêm yma. Dau sy'n nabod i gilydd yn dda iawn. Dewi Llion sy'n wrth y lliw fan hyn yn Denbigh. Ni gyd yn nabod. Hugh Griffiths o Caernarfon. Dewi, Cwpan Cymru. Yw'n noson fawr i glwb Denbigh?
Yndi. Mae'n noson mor fawr i ni. Mae cael yr holl bobl yma yno. Yn cael gweld yr holl waith caled sy'n bod mynd ymlaen. A chith yma yn ffilmio. A jyst yn gweld yr holl fusoddiad mae'r clwb di roi fewn. Un yn siŵr bod gen i'r cae gorau. Wel, definitely yng Ngogledd Cymru. Ond mae'n mynd fewn noson reit special.
Mae'n braf cael gêm gartre, mae'n siŵr. Fe mor hir mae wedi bod?
So, dwi'n meddwl, mis Ionawr flwyddyn diwetha, oedd y cae jyst llawn mwd. So mae'n cael chwarae'r carped fel un heno, ond mae'n mynd fewn reit special i'r hogia.
A Caernarfon hefyd, clwb o uwch gyngor Cymru, fain o her chi'n disgwyl wrthyn nhw?
Dwi wedi siarad efo'r hogia, ni roi bob parch i Caernarfon. Dwi wedi gwylio nhw 3 gwaith, maen nhw'n cadw'r bêl mor dda. Ond mae'r hogia sgyn nhw'n ganol cae, mynd i greu problemau ni. So ni fo'n am yn edgar a gwn i weld beth i ddigwydd.
Hyw, dyma ni y cwpan. Oedd hi cartre yn efo'n clwb o'r drydydd hain, ond chi'n dod ma'n, dyn nhw'n teimlo fel clwb o'r drydydd hain pan chi'n gweld y cyfleusterau ati. Pa fath o her ti'n dysgol heno?
Na, dyn ni'n edrych ar y cae a bob peth o gwmpas y lle. Meddwl mae hwn wedi cael ei setio fyny i'r upsets, dwi'n meddwl, i pobl gwachod heddiw. Ond na, dyn ni'n barod amdani, edrych ymlaen ac gobeithio byddwn ni'n cael y canlyniad iawn. A
Dewi, rheolwr Denbigh. Fi'n clywed bod chi'n gyfarwydd iawn eich gilydd.
Do, fi cael Dewi yn yr Exam pan oedd o boi ifanc, so fi ei rhyddhau a gadlo fynd, ond ti'n dweud, ni jyst yn gwneud pethau personol yn pêl-droed ac o fi'n iawn yn diwedd, cos mae'n ar yr ochr efo fi rwan, so right decision de.
Faint mor bwysig i'r cwpan i glwb fel Caernarfon tymor yma?
Hwn di'r gêm mwyaf, i'r cefnogwyr, falle i'r chairman y peth fel yna. Dwi'n meddwl, dyn ni gyd yn gweld pwy sy'n mynd i ennill y gynraedd neu gorffen yn y ddau lle cael ei fewn i Ewrop. So hwn di'r cyfle gorau. Bydd lot o bobl yma i gwachod y gêm heddiw. A jyst i fyny ni troi fyny i wneud y dda. Os maen nhw'n chwarae dda, dyn ni'n chwarae dda, dyn ni'n ennill. So mae rhaid i nhw newid rhywbeth. So rhaid i ni wneud siŵr dyn ni'n wneud y job heno.
Hyw, diolch yn fawr iawn.
Diolch yn fawr chi. Diolch yn fawr.
Y ddau reolwr yn barod amdani ac yn gyfarwydd â'i gilydd. Faint o ffactor fydd hynny sgwni. Ni ma yn fyw heno, mae'n yswefau Saesneg hefyd. Ar y botwm coch, gwasanaeth sgorio yn parhau. Mark Jones sydd yna. Wrth i ochr Chris Hughes, reolwr y dre newydd. We've got English language commentary available as well. Just to inform you, and we've got Newtown manager Chris Hughes, the local lads with Mark Jones as the teams take to the field. Dyma chi olygfa. Dyma achlysur arbennig. A dyma'r clybiau hyd a lled Cymru sy'n cadw'r gêm i fynd. Y pyramid. Mae'n sôn am y pyramid. A sgorio'n dilyn y cyfan o'r brig i'r gwaelod. A ni'n barod am hon heno hefyd. Cwpan Cymru. A ni draw i'r pwynt sylwebu. Malcolm Allen, ti'n neud i ffordd i fyny. Wrth ochr Nick Barry.
As they're lining up, ladies and gentlemen, like I say, just a moment's silence, please, for Andre Grief and Will Pearce and any others from the town of Denbigh who've left us so suddenly. Thank you.
All about your attitude. Make sure your attitude's right. Make sure my pawb wedi pen yn iawn. All best. All best. Dan, gyd amdano hwnna, fi'n paid yn meddwl mor rhydd hawdd. Pas yn ni. Symud y bel, gwmpas.
Just had a minute before kick-off. Something's lost the night through. I've got it here.
Good evening and welcome to Central Park, where Denbigh Town entertain Caernarfon Town in the JD Welsh Cup second round. Scorio will be breaking new ground tonight, as this game is the first live broadcast from Denbigh's Central Park. Denbigh haven't played a big game at home since January 2020 due to the pandemic, and a massive ground improvement. So what a way for their players to parade out in front of their own fans and the travelling Covey army this evening. Two teams take the knee, and we're about to kick off. Alongside me this evening, we welcome Chris Hughes, the manager of Newtown Football Club. Been at Newtown for 9 seasons, 2 wonderful European adventures. Good evening, Chris.
Good evening, Mark. Welcome. Thanks for having me. Looking forward to it.
I'm sure your knowledge of the game in this area, Chris, will come invaluable to us.
Yeah, I've watched Denbigh over the years. Mark, obviously, being from the town, so it's a huge occasion for everyone. Great to see everyone here, and obviously to see the juniors as mascots. It's really important for the whole club. And it's going to be a tough ask for him tonight. Obviously, Caernarfon are a good team and in decent form. Had a good point at Connors Quay on Tuesday, so it'll be a tough ask for Denbigh.
And of course, we'll just mention that there was a minute's silence before the beginning. 2 club stalwarts and volunteers, Willie Jones and Andre Grief, who passed away, and there was a minute's respect for them as Rob Hughes drives forward. Cut out there by Mike Sharples, who passed a late fitness test to play in the game. Lee Craven in midfield will be one of the main playmakers for Denbigh. Lee, any men to look out for you in the Denbigh team?
Yeah, I think number 9 Lee Dave will be really important tonight. He's going to be on his own, playing against what looks like 3 centre halves. So it's going to be important for him to get hold of the ball and bring people in. And then we're looking at, we think Will Ashley will probably go man-to-man mark Darren Thomas as well. And you can see that in the early stages. He's very close to him. So it looks like that Derek Leon's decided to try and nullify Darren and man-mark him tonight.
Have to say, for the groundsman, what a fantastic way this ground has been turned out this evening. They've had a £200,000 ground improvement, and it's the first, as we said, first live game at Denbigh Central Park, and it looks absolutely glorious this evening. Let's hope the football is the same. We'll just run through the teams. Joe Griffiths in goal for Denbigh, Matt Morris, Moses Barnett, Mike Sharples and Billy Holmes are back 4, Will Ashley, Lee Craven. In a holding 2, Christian Pierce, Paul Fleming and Jacob Barrett, and Lee Davey will play at the top. Caernarfon, Tyler French in goals. Griff John, Ewan Cartwright and Dion Donahue as a back 3. Bobby Beaumont and Josh Bailey as wing backs. Danny Gossett, Darren Thomas, Rob Hughes and Noah Edwards, and Kai Jones as the lone striker. Caernarfon's man to look out for.
Yeah, I think it's obvious, isn't it? Darren Thomas, we just spoke about, and then he's a real threat, and Denbigh have decided that they're going to man-to-man mark him today with Will Ashley. As you can see, he's not left his side, so I think that's something to keep an eye out for throughout the evening.
Definitely.
Obviously, Derry's, like I said, decided that Darren's a huge threat and he wants to nullify him, but Caernarfon have got other threats as well, and Rob Hughes, Noah Edwards and Danny Gossett, as we can see on the ball. So that midfield area is going to be key tonight for Denbigh, because Caernarfon are really good in there. Importance
of a game this stage of the season, Chris, for the Cymru Premier clubs, the importance of staying in this competition.
Of course. Look, I think with the European places going from 4 to 3, the Welsh Cup carries one of those 3 places. So for every club, it's an avenue into Europe. We've probably got to win 5 games, I think. So it's a big avenue for us. So obviously we've come in around earlier this year. We normally come in at round 3, but we're in at round 2.
Yep.
Hence why we are seeded. I know that hasn't gone down too well, but from our point of view, we've come in around earlier. So but it's an opportunity to win a trophy first and foremost, but also get into Europe as well.
Rob Hughes spreads play. 3G is usually the surfaces, not Caernarfon, but most teams play on in Cymru Premier now. This grass looks absolutely beautiful, but the ball just sticking. It's maybe tiny bit slower. It's in here. First chance of the evening. Pull back to the edge of the box. It's a decent challenge. Josh Bailey, the ex-TNS left back, gets his clearance, and Thomas with the travelling Ashley just alongside him. Jones will travel down offside. Jones strays offside. First one of the evening.
Yeah, it's going to be, we've just seen it then with Lee Davey. I mentioned him before, how important that's going to be. He's going to plough a lone furrow, so that run he made in between the three centre-halves is going to be important, and it may be an outlet for Denbigh tonight as well. You expect Caernarfon to have a lot of the ball with their box midfield, with Gossett and Noah Edwards sitting, with Rob Hughes and Darren Thomas just in front. So that's going to be important for Denbigh when they get possession, to keep hold of it, and Lee Davies going to be important to that.
Caernarfon, in fact, reached the semi-final of this tournament, 2019-20. Unfortunately for them, they were at home to Cardiff Met, and the semi-final was called off due to the COVID pandemic. So they will definitely hope to get as far in the competition as that again this season. Trying to get the ball down and play Caernarfon. Thomas leaves his marker and gets in behind. It's cleared in the end.
It's a real interesting one with the systems. Denbigh are playing a 4-4-1-1 or a 4-2-3-1, and Caernarfon are obviously gone with the back three with the midfield box four and wing backs and one up front. So, there's going to be overloads for both sides, and who can exploit them the best.
Yeah, I did speak to both managers before the game. Hugh Griffiths just is counting on his men in midfield, getting on the ball, like Thomas, like Rob Hughes, like Noah Edwards. It's a good start for the home team, you have to say.
Yeah, I think they've settled really well. That would have been important, I'm sure.
Decent effort, just over the top there. That is a wonderful effort from Christian Pearce, the strong man in midfield. 30 yards out, drives it only a half a yard or so over the crossbar.
Yeah, really good play from Denbigh. Work the ball through midfield, and Christian's well known for this. He can step in from midfield. He's got a really good strike on him. He's hit it really well, but just gone over the bar.
I tell you, Tyler French, whether he had that covered or not, it was one hell of an attempt. And if that would have gone in, would have took the roof off this place. Rob Hughes, surely takes on one, goes past Banner, gets a shot off Hughes. Collected by Joe Griffiths. That's Rob Hughes, can do that all day long. It's end-to-end stuff as early as the 6th minute. Could have a cup cracker on our hands here.
And that's going to be the issue that Denbigh may have with Will Ashley man-marking Darren Thomas, and Rob Hughes will find himself spare, and if he does that, he has got quality, and especially with that left leg, when he goes past people, he can create things for himself and for others.
Yeah, Caernarfon sometimes go under the radar, but if you look at that midfield of Edwards, Gossett, Hughes and Thomas, Hughes could be in again here. Hughes pulls it across. Jones opens the scoring, puts it in the back of the net after 7 minutes, and the Covey Army take a 1-0 lead in the Welsh Cup second round. It's Kai Jones. 7 minutes gone. It's Denbigh 0, Caernarfon 1.
Now you've just seen it then. They're using the wing backs, so Josh Bailey, and then obviously the Denbigh fullbacks popped out, and it's really good play. Rob Hughes there just stepping in, gets his shot off. Oh, that was just before. But good play down the left between Bailey and Hughes. Hughes just cuts it across, and then Kai Jones has got a tap in. You dream of them as a centre forward, Jonah?
Absolutely dream of them. Kai Jones will be really pleased with that. But for me, Chris, don't know about you, after 7 minutes, Darren Thomas may be the man being man-marked. Rob Hughes is definitely the danger man here this evening.
Well, like I just said, I think because Darren's being man-marked, there's space for Rob, and it's important, I think, Lee Craven, if he's going to play in that role there, that he gets himself around Rob Hughes, because they've just had a warning before the goal with the shot, and then here he is again in loads of space.
Acres of space. Kai Jones. But you're in a Welsh Cup tie, Chris. You're away from home in a game which is definitely a challenge. The tournament's importance financially as well, and you take a 1-0 lead after 7 minutes. You pleased?
Yeah, you will be delighted with that. Absolutely delighted. You come here, it's a big crowd, playing against an opponent from a league below. Obviously, there's a reason why we're here tonight. The cameras are here. That cup shock. So, they're going about the right way. They're keeping the ball. They're obviously trying to get their spare man in midfield on the ball. They're using the wing backs well. Yeah, I think Josh Bailey's is a bit of an outlet for them.
Bailey and Donahue, both left-footers, and Rob Hughes. Balance of teams, 3 left-footers. Hughes is causing trouble again. Edwards cleared by Fleming, the captain. Thomas, the settling early, the Canaries. Gossett. Of course, as you said, Chris, Tuesday evening. Wonderful 1-1 draw against Connors Key Nomads, which shows, yet again, how any team in this league can challenge any other team. That's a great header back by Griff John. Don't underrate that, by the way. What a back pass that is.
Just looked like Jacob Barrett was going to get in there, but Griff did really well and just guided it back to the goalkeeper, and Caernarfon can build again.
How good a pullback is that, Chris, by Rob Hughes?
He's done really well, but again, you see him here now. He's in loads of space. It's something that this will be concerning for Derby. You can't give good players like Rob Hughes this amount of time and space, because he had one sight just before that with the shot, and he's created the goal. Yeah,
I think Pierce in midfield would be better off just staying right side instead of going to try. He's got central, he's got forward, he's got the shot off, but every time they're coming forward, he's still central, and Hughes is in acres of space.
Yeah, it looks like now that Christian Pierce has narrowed in a little bit to deal with Rob Hughes and they're leaving Josh Bailey spare. So Derby's tweaked it a little bit after 10 minutes and dropped Christian a little bit deeper to deal with that overload.
Two managers, Dewi Leon and Hugh Griffiths. Dion Donoghue, great signing this season. From Barrow, was at Portsmouth as a quality left foot, and the balance to their team, Caernarfon's team, if they can keep these set of players together, is a good balance. That ball stayed in, by the way. Everyone's given that up, and Moses Barnett has noticed that it wasn't going out to play. And, well, to be fair to Denbigh, they're trying to pass their way out from the back. Barnett, first header by the big man Davey, but it goes out of play. Bailey, again back to Donoghue.
You've been a really good addition to the league, Jonah. Dion Donoghue. You've been really impressed with him. Obviously, we played Caernarfon last week, and I'd watched a couple of the games up until that point. He's got real quality with his left foot, and again, it's really easy for him at this moment in time to get in and get out of into midfield and through the thirds.
That's gone to the far side again, and they're in again. The wing back gets forward, the right wing back gets forward, step over, tries to pull it back, it goes out in the end. It's a great run by Bobby Beaumont, making his debut. His dad, ex-Wrexham, Nigel Beaumont. Bobby, of course, came from Sunderland, so the two wing backs this evening. Is this a great game for Hughie Griffiths, Chris, to show these two wing backs?
Bobby's been a long time at Wrexham as a youth player, and was at Sunderland last year, so he's got lots of experience for a young player. And obviously Josh Bailey's come in from TNS. He played a couple of games towards the back end of the season, I think, when Anthony Limbrick took over. So they're young players, but with lots of promise, and they need games, as all the young players do. So this is an ideal opportunity for them.
And they're bonus signings, Chris, when you're getting loan signings from ex-Sunderland, ex-TNS, and you come into a club like Caernarfon, you can come in games like this, and if they start playing to their potential, they could be a real bonuses to Hughie Griffiths and company.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that was the thinking behind the signings. He started really well, Josh Bailey. Him and Rob Hughes have caused problems down this left-hand side. Opportunity for Denbigh. I think you're probably not going to have a lot of the possession today, but set plays will be important. So this is an opportunity now where they can get some of the big lads in. Mike Sharples has gone forward, Moses Barnett, Lee Davies in the box. There's an opportunity now for Christian Pierce to put a good ball in the box.
Yeah, Pierce goes across, back post, goes Lee Davey. Goalkeeper stays as well, headed away. Tremendous headers back across the face of goal. Can he spin his man, Davey? Bailey. Clears well, Bailey. Thomas. That's tremendous play by Thomas on the right-hand side. Gossett. Thomas tries to switch play. He's seen the pass, almost brought it off, and Hughes will do well to keep it in play. Bailey's behind on the overlap. Bailey again. Whips it across, it's headed away. But they are playing some beautiful football, to be fair. Edwards gets forward. Usually takes a shot on Edwards with plenty of pace. Skips past his marker. Cruyff turn, double Cruyff turn, gets his team a throw-in.
What a pass that was by Darren Thomas, by the way. That was ridiculous. What a ball that was, unbelievable pass. But yeah, just finding their men now, Caernarfon, and starting to look a threat. This again,
Noah enjoying himself here. key time in the game for Denbigh, no doubt. Hughes to take the corner. They definitely don't want to concede. They want to keep the crowd involved with the game as they whip the cross chance. Beaumont gets the header, the near post header goes across, and the goalkeeper, Joe Griffiths, makes a decent save.
Yeah, just a little bit of movement from Bobby Beaumont there. Outswinger from Rob Hughes has just come off in that near hole and got a decent header on it, but as you say, a good save by Joe Griffith.
Hugh Griffith has definitely not tried to press Denbigh. He's letting them come onto him, and he's hoping exactly what's happening at the moment. On the break, they look more dangerous, and that, for me, Chris, is that the reason why he's not pressing. Strong tackle, great tackle there from Matt Morris and Danny Gossett. That's a, should we call that a cup tackle?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, it was by the way, how good is it to see Danny Gossett back on a football pitch? Yeah. It's fantastic, isn't it? I think everything that he's been through, and great to see him. I played against us last week. I had a quick chat with him before the game. Fantastic to see him back. And,
absolutely, Chris.
Says a lot about him as a player and a character for him to come back and get his boots back on.
What a battle he took on, and what a battle he won. And it was a beautiful scene to see that goal go in the first live game of the season, back of the net, the 20-yarder.
Just glad it wasn't against us, Jonah. I don't think I'd have been that pleased if he'd have scored it against us. But no, it's great to see him back playing.
Bailey picks the wrong pass this time, just gets away with it. Griff John gets there first. I think that's what Caernarfon are trying to open up these spaces. They're definitely allowing Denbigh to come onto him, and they're keen to get him behind. Barnett, can he let the ball run through to the goalkeeper? But they've settled since the goal, Denbigh, to be fair to him.
Yeah, I think there we'll be pleased. They after that first initial sort of 7 or 8 minutes where Caernarfon, especially down Denbigh's right, Caernarfon's left, and caused them a few problems, they've settled into the game.
Beaumont, Thomas could be offside. Is he going to put it across? He's going to take the shot on Thomas. I think Kai Jones will be disappointed. Darren Thomas takes the shot on and just acknowledges to Kai Jones that he may have taken the wrong option there.
But just, you can mark him as much as you like, Jonah, but he will still wriggle free and get free, and that's the type of quality that he's got. A great forward run. I'm sure Kai will be having a word in his ear why he hasn't pulled that back to him. But no, he's got that quality, that run. So although Denbigh are man marking him, he will still find space because he is a very good player. 34
years of age and still in tip-top condition. Denbigh again pressing forward. Great defending, superb defending there from Ewan Cartwright. Hughes on the break again. Hughes so silky when he gets on the ball. He's in again. Kai Jones is in again. Can Kai Jones open it? Make it 2-0. Tremendous tackle. He gets a rapturous round of applause from the crowd. Billy Holmes it was who made the tackle. Edwards really enjoying himself. Edwards almost gets through again. Just have to be careful that they don't start enjoying this too much, Caernarfon, and try too much fancy stuff, Chris. They've got to put the game to bed first.
Yeah, they look really threatening when they get in the last third. Noah's had a couple of runs. Rob Hughes, Darren Thomas, Kai just then. So, things are happening for them, definitely. But Denbigh have just got to narrow up a little bit now. Try and stay in the game. That'll be the aim, I'm sure. Try and stay in the game, and whether it's a set play or whether it's a mistake from Caernarfon, but as long as it's 1-0, they're still in the game. And even though we're still in the early stages, I'm sure that'll be the message from Derry Cleon, is to stay in the game for as long as they can.
Oh, if they could get to half time, I'm sure at 1-0 Derry would be over the moon. Denbigh, founded in 1880, they lifted the Welsh Amateur Cup in 1924 and the North Wales Coast Amateur Cup. 7 games so far this season. They've won 5 and lost 2, so they're in decent form. Gossett, I just think the midfielders need to press. The Denbigh midfielders are dropping off every time Caernarfon gets it. They've got to make tackles quicker, Chris.
Yeah, it's difficult in there because obviously there's an overload in Caernarfon's favour, Mark, with the 4v3.
Yeah.
So it's tough because when they go and close one down, they'll pop it to another. But this is the outball for Denbigh now. The 2 full-backs with Caernarfon playing wing-backs. If they get switches of play, they've got...
Morris takes a shot on. It's a great first touch. Almost just trying to play his midfielder in, but it's cleared by Josh Bailey.
Yeah, good by Morris, the right back there. He stepped in really well, found Paul Fleming. He just needed a little bit of support on the edge of the box to set someone.
Donahue has started the season tremendously, as we said, on the left-hand side of the defence. Beaumont enjoying himself at wing-back. For Bailey and Beaumont, it's the type of debut I think every player would like to get. Plenty of room in front of them, chance to show their skills. Players like Rob Hughes around just wanting the ball. Second goal in this game, Chris, absolutely key, whichever way it goes.
Yeah, as we just said, it's so important that, you know, spells like this now, where Caernarfon have a little bit of possession and Denbigh have got their shape in their half, that they do their job, stick with the men, follow their runners, don't switch off, and then try and go forward through Lee Davey if they can.
Donahue, Stephen Evans, the ex-Welsh international who made a fine debut for the start of the season, is not suspended for this evening's game since his sending off, just rested. If that's onside, that's another great ball for Hughes. Bailey disappointed then. Hughes just took the wrong touch again, but finding space in the 20th minute, and he's been finding space since the first minute.
Yeah, it's a pass they look for. That switcher play. Darren Thomas played one a couple of minutes ago. Noah Edwards just played one then. We're just seeing the goal, so that link up between Josh Bailey and Rob Hughes. Good little toe round the corner, and the one the strikers dream of, the little tap in.
Yeah, that's a brilliant ball from Hughes, by the way. Pulls it back, like you say, lays it on an absolute plate for Kai. And like you said, when it happened, he won't get many easier goals than that in his career. Seems to be winning the spot for the number 9 role.
Yeah, he's been at Caernarfon for a few years. I think he came in from Portmarnock a few years ago, but he's a big physical threat, and he's always causes a few problems in games that we played against him as well.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Chris, Kai Jones loves a television goal. I don't think I can remember many games where he hasn't scored in. Bailey, great ball round the back again. He's putting the ball in nice and early, I like to see from Bailey, and every forward and midfielder, as you know, that early ball is the one to catch him out. Davey takes a shot on. It's a great effort from Davey again, as the crowd enraptures around him. It's a volley from about 35 yards, and it wasn't that far over the top. Didn't really trouble the goalkeeper, but not a bad effort at all.
It sat up for him lovely, didn't it? We were right behind it, and at one point we thought it was going in, but certainly had the goalkeeper scrambling a little bit.
Edwards looks for Bailey. Bailey drives forward. Bailey still getting forward. Can he drive into the box? Have to be careful, the defenders. Bailey with it across. Decent save again, but Bailey.
Yeah, he's a real threat mark at the moment, isn't he? He's a real good outball for Caernarfon, and the way he's used to playing at TNS, that quick passing, he's certainly settled in really well.
But this being in the 22nd minute, Chris, and if they've had 7 or 8 dangerous attacks, 7 of them have flowed down the left-hand side, he has to do something.
Yeah,
about this right-hand side.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. I think Morris, the fullback's getting overloaded.
2 against 1 all the time.
Yeah, when he steps in to deal with Rob Hughes, obviously he's got Josh Bailey on his outside, and when he marks Josh Bailey,
it's happening right in front of us now.
Yeah, he's got Rob Hughes spare, so it's a real issue for him.
Hughes gets the free kick. Never short in asking referees for decisions. Rob Hughes. Rob played for you?
No. I missed him at Prestatyn. He joined after I left, so obviously know of him.
Done the rounds. It's done the rounds, Rob, but he's a wonderful player. And he's never afraid to take things on, and it looks like he may even be overruling Darren Thomas with this one. It's 27, 28 yards out. Thomas 10 over it. Hughes 11. Left or right? What's your pick, Chris?
I'll go Rob Hughes, I think. I think it's just the right angle for him. He looks like he's sizing it up anyway.
Hughes. Yeah. And that's the thoughts of the Denbigh fans on the free kick.
It's great to see so many people here. Obviously the junior section are heavily involved in tonight, and It's huge for the local community. Obviously, I'm from the town myself, so seeing people at the football club, obviously there hasn't been a game here for a long time, so seeing people at the ground, it's great, and obviously the new facilities are fantastic as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of people got to take a lot of credit for this. Well done to everybody involved in turning Denbigh's ground into a magical spectacle at the moment. And you have a big game yourself tomorrow, Chris?
Yeah, local derby tomorrow, playing Bury, a team we know quite well. We played them a couple of times in pre-season, so yeah, it'll be a tough one. I think they're bringing a few supporters, so it's going to be a good occasion, and we've got to do probably what Caernarfon are doing tonight.
Absolutely, Chris.
Start well and keep the ball and create chances.
I don't mean to be a miserable commentator, Chris, but what a day to look forward to. You've got everything to lose. Sorry, mate.
I've been on both sides of the shoe, I think, as you have, where you've been David and you've been Goliath, and
yeah, absolutely.
It's not nice when you're Goliath.
You've simply got to win.
Yeah, it's not nice. It's not a nice feeling. I've been there a few times. So
we spoke to Hughie at the beginning about it, and he said, "What do you think?" Hughie said, "We simply got to win."
Yeah.
That's cup football.
Yeah.
And let's don't forget,
you're not going to get any pats on the back either if you win, because it's expected of you. But
that's just what's expected of you.
Big occasions as well.
Great tournament though, Chris, and massive importance, like you said earlier on. Now,
yeah, well, it's a trophy, Martin. I think most clubs in the league, including ourselves in that, winning the league's difficult. So the cup is a good competition to be in.
Yeah.
And obviously win. I've got to 2 finals. One as an assistant to Neil at Prestatyn and won.
Yeah.
And I've been a manager and lost. So I've seen it from both sides.
Them finals are fantastic.
Not so much when you lose.
Donahue. Bailey. Great touch from Bailey. Great touch from Thomas. And that's a great weight on the ball. Thomas takes some marking at this level. Darren Thomas gets the ball across. Doesn't quite pull off a Grealish from last night with the pass.
Yeah, he's a real threat, as we keep saying, and he runs in behind Jonah as well, which is so difficult to mark.
Yeah, off the mark, one of the quickest players in the league, no doubt at all. And that's a skill, Chris. Any skills in football, leaving people off the mark is a massive skill. Edwards is adept to that as well, as you'll show now. Edwards, can he get the shot off? Edwards! The young goalkeeper's doing really well in goals. Joe Griffiths.
Yeah, it's a little bit easy. He stepped in a couple of times now and around the box and tried to shift it and drop his shoulder, and you've got to get a little bit tighter, I think.
You can tell, Chris, that Noah and the likes are after a goal tonight.
Yeah, as I say, he's been in that area a couple of times. He just needs to add that final product now to his play.
But there's 27 minutes on the clock, and after that early goal, Denbigh still very much in this Welsh Cup second round cup tie.
Don't be in the way, you three! Don't be in the way!
A Kai Jones goal after 6 minutes gives the Canaries the lead.
Josh, come and give us an angle, Josh!
Yeah, I think this is kind of the picture that we probably expected now, with Caernarfon having the ball there and Denbigh sort of dropping off in their shape, staying with the men, and look, they're trying to if they can nick the ball here or nick it and force a counter-attack, but that might be a way of scoring a goal. But Caernarfon will be quite happy with that. They're quite content just probing and passing and probing, and obviously with Dean Donahue in that position, he can switch a play quite quickly.
Yeah, love this balance. The more I watch Caernarfon, love the balance they got at the back. Thomas again breaks the ranks in midfield and gets forward, tries to keep it in, may get his team a corner.
Yeah, having a left footer at left-sided centre half is a godsend, and as a manager you'll know that it's because they can step in and switch the play, and especially when you've got the quality that Donahue possesses.
Yeah, balance is everything. If you've got Donahue there, you've got Bailey at left wing back, Hughes, as I said. It's great balance, great balance. Hughes will go out to take this corner. Such a key moment in the game now. Hughes takes a short. Thomas whips it across the front. Gossett so assured in midfield as Hughes drops one into the middle. I think Hugh Griffiths will be happy with a 1-0 lead, Chris, but I think the amount of ball and chances they've had in the last third, he could be a little bit disappointed. They haven't doubled their lead.
Well, I'm sure that's what he'd be thinking, that get that second goal. That's the important one.
And then start playing?
Yeah, I think the second goal will change the game if Caernarfon get it. Then I think it will be difficult for Denbigh.
Beaumont Hughes again has travelled in, offside given against Rob Hughes. Rob Hughes obviously expressing himself to the linesman as he usually does. Darren Thomas, and you said about that hard job Will Ashley has had so far marking Thomas. He'd have to be a fit lad, Ashley, ex-Rithyn. Gossett. Beaumont. It's good feet from Beaumont. Jacob Barrett tracking back, but Beaumont gets in front of him again.
Yeah, they've done well together there, Holmes and Barrett. Just working hard. It's going to be a tough night for them to deal with the wing backs, because sometimes they can get caught in between who's marking the wing back, whether it's the wide player or the full back, but they work well together there.
Gossett, ex-Bangor, ex-Bala. Griff John even trying to get forward. Breaks on here for Davey. Can he get a run at Donahue? Donahue very assured with the right foot as well. Ball back to Tyler French.
That was one of the situations we were talking about, Mark, wasn't it, where you get the turnover, the possession, and you've got to just make the first pass is the most important one into your centre forward, and then all of a sudden the pitch has opened up and they just couldn't get the ball into Lee Davey to get bodies forward for him, which would be a disappointment, really. Yeah,
once you get forward, you've got to look after it. The big man in midfield has done well, Pierce. Craven gets it wide to Barnett. Can they build? 9 or 10 passes together. I think that's Griff John who's made a good interception there.
Yeah, they can move the ball a little bit quicker, Denbigh, through Lee Craven and Moses Barnett there. The full-backs for Denbigh, Billy Holmes and Matt Morris, are the out balls, so that they're the ones that they can get. If they can get the ball into them, they can get up the pitch.
Edwards. But as you said, Chris, with 31 minutes on the clock, if Dewey Leon was to get in at half-time at 1-0, I'm sure he'd be a happy man.
Absolutely. And like we just said, then you asked me the question about what Hugh would be thinking. Hugh would be thinking, we need the second goal, and then it makes his half-time team talk easier.
A lot easier.
Yeah, of course. But, Dewey would be thinking, well, the worst case we'll take is a 1-0, and, they're still in the game, and, that old saying in football, it takes a second to score a goal and the game can change on it.
Lockstock, Welsh Alliance against the Cymru Premier as Rob Hughes makes the tackle. Gossett, the run's on. Thomas skips away from his marker. Great effort from the man marker to get back there, and that's a tremendous effort.
Yeah, really good from Will Ashley there. He looked like that Thomas had just got away from him, but worked hard, got himself back in and stopped the cross, and it's a corner to Caernarfon.
It's a decent ball as well from Gossett, but Ashley has lost his man. But in the replay it shows he just does enough to get back there and stop him causing any more trouble. Tremendous work rate from young Will Ashley there. Rob Hughes again to take the corner, outswinger most probably with the left foot.
Yeah, Beaumont's in that position again in that front hole. He obviously had that header on the last corner.
No great height. No, Gareth Edwards is in the central defensive positions for Caernarfon. The big man, the captain who retired at the end of last season. What a stalwart of a centre-back he was for Caernarfon.
Yeah, great character, good lad as well. I think he's playing at Airbus this year. I think he signed up at Airbus, or he's still playing.
Could be playing this evening then. Corner comes in. Great header away. Decent header by Matt Morris. They're dealing with the set plays well, the Lockstock team.
Yeah, important part of the game. Really important. You see at the top level now, set plays, corners, free kicks. It's a huge part of the game, so you've got to defend them.
For me now, Hughes. He's tried a short one, he's tried the outswinger. He's got to put this under the bar. He's not the tallest goalkeeper by the look of it here, Chris.
I think you can see Kai Jones and Darren
just
Thomas.
They've seen it now. They've seen
gone into that position.
Taken 4 or 5 corners, and that is right in the mixer. That's a great header then from Moses Barnett to clear it. But for me, small goalkeeper, got to put that ball underneath the crossbar and put pressure on it.
Great work by Moses Barnett, that fantastic. Looked like Griff John was just about to head it in, and really good header.
It'll be the outswinger again. I think that's every set play so far Rob Hughes has taken. Free kick and 4 corners. Hughes, Kai Jones most probably main target. Comes across, chance, 2-0. Back of the net. It's the big man at the back. Ewan Cartwright doubles the scoring. Rob Hughes with a delivery. It's the big man Cartwright gets the second goal, and the score is Denbigh Town 0, Caernarfon Town 2.
Yeah, great delivery by Rob Hughes, fantastic. And Ewan just gets free of Moses Barnett there, and it's a free header from 2 or 3 yards out. Not known for his heading, Ewan. I don't think you mind me saying that. I had him as at Newtown a couple of years ago, but good technical player. But he's attacked the ball really well, just and a simple header.
Yeah, yet again, you won't get many more simpler goals than that. But he's gone up for the corner. He gets the free header. He puts it in the back of the net, and that will definitely make the Covies really relax, and they could enjoy this game a lot more now. It definitely is a massive 10 minutes up to half time now. Still trying to pass their way out. They produced some decent football so far, Denbigh. Haven't really been overawed in the game, but this is an important time now.
Yeah, they've got to stick in now. You know, this is important, as you say, because you know what you don't want is the tie to be out. You reach at half time, so you know, that'll be the message, I'm sure. And, you know, they've got to shake the effects off of that.
Edwards, Thomas in behind. Thomas! Youngster, it does well in goals again. It's done tremendous for me so far. Joe Griffiths.
Yeah, that forward run again from Darren Thomas. Probably feel a little bit disappointed he hasn't got a proper contact on that.
Tactically, Chris, if you're looking at this as the manager, apart from the overload on the left-hand side, which is definitely favoured Caernarfon, anything else you may change towards half-time or just after?
I think with Denbigh, this is an important part of the game, the 2 fullbacks.
Morris, French, should be favourite. French collects, does his job.
I think when you play against a team that plays wing-backs, you're always trying to switch the play and get your opposite full-back out. Like Denbigh just did then, to be fair.
Bailey.
Rob, you're not doing anything, Rob. Rob, you're not doing anything, Rob.
Bailey drives forward. Bailey from left back.
Rob, he's got nothing to help.
Davey
You and Gaz are staying.
just needs to deal with the ball a bit. Just giving it away a little bit too often. Thomas glides past the Denbigh player.
Get central, Bob. Get central, Bob.
Covey Messi is his name.
One more.
Kai Jones pulls the ball back. Barnett puts it out. And this is going to be a massive 8 minutes up until half-time, Chris, for Denbigh.
It's again, though, Mark, it's come the ball. Denbigh had comfortable possession. It's gone into Lee Davies, give the ball away, and you know the quality that you're playing against. And there's an attempt at your goal or a cross into the box, and you know that'll be disappointing. You know, Denbigh had comfortable possession, turned the ball over, and now they're going to defend the corner.
That could be the end of Kai Jones's evening for me. He looks like he's gone down. Hamstring could be involved here. Rob Hughes has gone over to him. And just spoke about, Chris, there are important league games to come up. You would have to say if Hughie Griffiths is going to make a comfortable substitute, this could be it. I think he just pulls one there, goes over, maybe even on his ankle, in fact.
Yeah, it looks like he might have rolled his ankle, Mark. It just looked like the physio. With the new pitch, that might be something as well. They're not a great deal of bit too much giving it, maybe, and he's put his foot down and it's rolled it a little bit.
Just as he's before the corner, Chris, the league campaign so far, you happy with the way you've started your season?
Yeah, I think we, you know, the 4 games that we played, obviously TNS at home is always a difficult start. We were disappointed in the game. I think the scoreline probably didn't reflect how the game went, but again, going back to my little point about set plays, we conceded 2 in 7 minutes off set plays.
Corner over. Hughes stands one right up to the back post.
I think the first 3 games we had 3 of the last year's top 6, obviously TNS, and then we went to Penabont and we had Caernarfon last Friday, so we had a difficult start, but yeah, I think we've got to be happy with 7 points from the 4 games we played.
Absolutely. There was Mike Casey just showed in camera warming up, and now for me would be Griffiths may hang on for 6 minutes to half time, but Kai Jones, if he's injured, he's got his goal. Got plenty of tough league games to come along in the next couple of weeks. He's got to be careful. Strong man in midfield there. Christian Pearce just rose in the crowd.
Get in the box!
Craven again. Pearce, whose rasping shot was the best effort so far.
No cross!
For Denbigh. Matt Morris goes inside. Morris to Pearce.
Good.
Yeah, that looked like a Denbigh ball then. The linesmen give it against them and the Denbigh players aren't happy.
That is right in front of us. All the crowd, the packed stand here.
Yeah, the natives are restless with that one, John. I think they're very happy.
He's a brave linesman. Don't think he'll have a very quiet second half, Chris.
No, the stand are letting him know, I think, aren't they? Lee Craven showed up quite well though, Mark, for Denbigh in terms of when they got possession. He looks like he's someone that can play forwards and create things for them, and I think it's important that, you know, as a reference point, they get him on the ball as much as they can and try and get the ball to Lee Davey. But like we said, you know, it's difficult for him against 3 centre-halves, but the ball's got to stick a little bit more.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, Chris, that the Denbigh manager may go in at half-time and maybe be forced to switch his system to wing-backs. He's got to counteract Bailey, and he's got to counteract Beaumont coming down both sides of the pitch.
Yeah, like we said before, it's difficult for Barrett and Pearce, who are kind of playing in a wide position, because they're doubling back with the wing back, and it's allowing the wide centre halves to step in, and when they pop out to deal with the centre half, they're obviously playing the wing back.
Hughes again full of running. He's been tremendous tonight, Hughes. Oh, wonderful stuff from Rob Hughes. He really has looked a class act so far this evening. He always gets involved with crowds, whichever side they're on, but when he's on his best form, he is one of the best players in the Cymru Premier League. It's 3-0 to Caernarfon, and that's a wonderful goal from Rob Hughes.
Yeah, he makes that run just from the left and left to right run. Straight ball by Ewan Cartwright, just beats the offside trap, and then it's all about his quality. He gets in. Yeah, great finish.
Just top draw, Chris.
Yeah, shrugs off Lee Craven, just cuts across him. He knows as well if he cuts across him, Craven has to bring him down. It's a great first touch, and then it's all about composure and shows his quality that he possesses, and it's a good finish in the bottom corner. And, you know, 3-0 now, that it's going to be very difficult for Denbigh
could
now.
be the end of the game as a contest, which we didn't want to see as early. Definitely, if you were a neutral like we are, but it's nice to see good players on form as well, and enjoying the circus, enjoying the evening, enjoying the occasion. Hughes, of course, good enough to go and play professional football in the Australian League.
Yeah, he had a spell out there. I think, yeah, he's look, you can see that, you know, watching him live, the quality that he possesses.
Yeah, he's milking it as well, Hughes, right in front of us. He's smiling at the Denbigh fans. Character, no doubt at all. Donahue.
Go on, Barrett! Go on, Barrett! Flame, get over!
Hugh Griffiths. Hugh, in his career, has been in charge of teams, and you'd have to say he's had hard-working teams. Tonight, Caernarfon look a very good football team who can pass the ball around beautifully on the evening. Yeah, they're playing against a team from 2 leagues lower, but they've put on a special performance here in 45 minutes. You've got to give teams credit.
Yeah, he'll be delighted as well, because, you know, I'm sure when he drove to the game this evening, in the back of his brain, like we all would, you know, you'd be thinking of the banana skin and stuff.
Yeah,
but he'd be really pleased with the way his team have gone about it in the 43 and a bit minutes.
Come out then to make the space.
Because I'm looking out there, Chris. I'm looking at Donahue. I'm looking at Hughes, Gossett, Thomas. Top 6 players.
Well, they played in teams over the last 2-3 seasons. I think part of the Caernarfon team that have been in the top 6.
Definitely, and you add quality out wide. Like I said, I think this is could be a good big turning point for them. They can develop 2 flying wing backs. Bradley still out, one of their better players this evening as well, Sean Bradley.
You can deliver. That stands over it.
Yeah, I think it's just for Denbigh now to just get to the half-time and defend this set play.
Yeah, as a contest.
Absolutely.
The game may be over, Chris.
Yeah.
As a neutral, I'd like to see him most probably defend this and keep it at 3-0. Keep the crowd interested. Wonderful crowd at Central Park this evening. Has to be 600 or 700 plus. Hughes again whips one across the front. Might be a little bit disappointed there that he didn't read that earlier, Griff John, because he was in then.
Yeah, another opportunity for Caernarfon to put a ball in the box.
Sometimes as well, though, Chris, when you see teams turn up like Caernarfon here this evening, just shows other parts of Wales how good the standard is that the Cymru Premier is playing at, and how much it has improved. Bailey, Edwards, switches play. Thomas, man of the moment. Hughes stands it up.
Time.
Constant pressure from Caernarfon. Thomas.
Let's go outside.
Beaumont's done okay, the left back.
Drop Bill. This time forward. Don't foul.
Holmes was the one. Billy Holmes.
Yeah.
Was the one I meant. Yeah, he's done okay.
Yeah.
That is the final whistle of the first half. Referee may be a little bit keen there on blowing that whistle after 45, but the half-time score is Denbigh Town 0, Caernarfon Town 3. And we look forward to seeing you in the second period, myself and Chris Hughes.
Oh yeah, come on. I thought you were going to sign Rob Hughes then.
Ladies and gentlemen, with information, what you see is Simon Newport from the FFW National Cup Board presenting an award to Mark Roberts, who's been recognised as the player of the round in qualifying round 2. Well done, Mark. Well done.
Croes yn ôl ato ni, pam ti'n mwynhau'r hanner cynta na, gobeithio, wel, heblaw cefnogwyr Denbigh o bosib, tair I ddim ar yr egoel, perfformiad cwbl broffesiynol gan yr ymwelwyr o Caernarfon yn yr hanner cynta na. Ni'n edrych yn ôl yn fe yn y man, ond jyst I atgoffa chi, o'r wledd o bêl-droed sydd ar y ffordd dros y dyddiau nesaf, gymaint yn digwydd. Mae'n wythnos rhyngwladol, felly ni wedi cael un gêm o ran Cymru, ganol wythnos. Hon heno, wedyn ni di Sul, cofiwch amdano ni, Cymru yn erbyn Belarus. Yn teithio yn bell hefyd, felly dyma beth sydd I ddod dros y dyddiau nesaf.
Yn dilyn gêm gyfeillgar, amser I Gymru ailgydio yn amgylch Cwpan y Byd.
Cyfle enfawr I Gymru.
Belarus yn erbyn Cymru yn fyw dydd Sul ar S4C ac S4C Click.
Dewch ar daith sy'n dilyn hanes bywyd un o gewri pêl-droed Cymru.
Jimmy Murphy.
Jimmy, arwr o'r Honda.
Rheolwr cynta y tîm cenedlaethol.
Un chwaraewr a rheolwr.
Oedd o'n rhegi, oedd o'n yfed whisky.
Stori Jimmy Murphy. No Sul ar S4C ac S4C Click.
Edrych ymlaen I gael eich cwmni chi ar gyfer y gemau na, y rhaglenni na, a cofiwch wedyn ni ar ôl gêm Cymru-Belarus, pnawn dydd Sul, a chlysur mawr hefyd. Enw newydd I uwchgyngor Merched Cymru, y brif adran yma Met Caerdydd yn cwrdd ac Abertawe, fyw ar S4C, yn syth ar ôl gêm Cymru yn erbyn Belarus. Cymru yn hedfan I Kazan I gwrdd â Belarus. Gen I drafod honna ar ôl y gêm. O bosib, Malcolm Allen, dyd y lawr y pwynt sylwebu. Beth am yr hanner cynta na? Bydd Hugh Griffiths yn ddyn hapus dros ben. Fyddwn ni'n tybio, Malcolm?
Wrth gwrs, dechrau'r droed faen, sgorio reit gynnar yn y gêm, ond jyst I perfformiad nhw. Di wneud I gwaith cartra, wrth gwrs. A jyst ymestyn y cae, yn unwaith sy'n ymestyn y cae, mae o'n gwybod mae'r ansaw efo'i chwaraewyr efo Noah a gosod ganol cae efo Rob Hughes enwedig a Darren Thomas, felly mae'n dylanwad mawr o'r gêm. Ac ar y deca, mae'r Denbigh di wneud nhw edrych fel Brazil yn ei lliwio melyn yno.
Rob Hughes di bod yn amlwg dros ben. Cyn iddo gael y gol, mae fe'n creu 2 gol, a'r gol gyntaf yn amlwg yn bwysig mewn unrhyw gêm.
Gwranda, fysa chdi talu I wylio Rob Hughes ar un noson a mae o fel un da ni di arfer. Da ni wedi gweld o digon cyson fel un dros y blynyddoedd dwytha, ond heno, unbelievable. Y bel yna gan Bailey, yr hediad yma gan Rob. Mae'n clefar yma yma. Mae'r cheek ganddo fe I oedi rediad, wedyn chwipe draws y cwrt chwech a Cai yn reid I mewn. Ond nath Cai wneud i'n pesti efo'r ergyr gyntaf gath o, munuta cyn yna, a nath o ddilyn I mewn, nath o'r arbediad o'r gath o ddim oni, ond nath o wneud yr un rediad a gael y gol yma. Gret o bel. Gwaddi yn nhw am ysodwr. Mae wedi'n rhaid gweld beth yn digwydd a mae wedi sgorio gol.
A Denbigh wedi cael dechrau'n addawol ambell I ergyd o bellter a wedyn ni digwyddiad fel am, mae rai bod ni'n anodd dod nôl o hynny.
Dyn nhw ddim wedi treiddio digon yn hanner Caernarfon I greu y cyfleon. Dyn nhw ddim wedi bod digon creadigol. Mae'n cael un ergyd gan Davey fyny rhif 9, lle nath I foli, o ddim yn bell, cofia, o Tyler French yn panicio braidd yn y gol. Ond yn sicr, I fi rwan, fel reolwr, ifanc sydd yn ystafell newid, mae hwn yn wers heno, ydy ennill yr ail hanner. Ti'n yn gwybod beth sy'n mynd I ddigwydd, os di nhw'n sgorio gol gyntaf, mae'n dri, a wedyn mae'n nerves yn dechrau, mae yna rhyw challenge gwahanol, mae yna pethau amheuaeth yn mynd rownd yn penna chwaraewyr. A wedyn ti'n fel, gol arall, a wedyn mae'n gêm gwpan go iawn. Ond ennill yr ail hanner, I gael rhyw fath o falchder a cael ella y cefnogwr sydd wedi troi fyny heno, rhywbeth I siarad amdano am weddill yr oson.
Iwan Cartwright hefyd yn ddyn hapus wedi cael ei gol eto Rob Hughes. A nhw wedi cael ei rybuddio, y golgeid wedi cael ei ddal mas.
Eiliadau cynt, ti yn rhyw obeithiol, mae wedi dysgu o hynny, ond mae'n mesur hediad y bel unwaith eto, mae'n mynd rhy gynnar, a mae'n bell o ddiwrthi. Diolch yn ei digon I hyd nod ei Cartwright, tynnu lygad o'r wrth y bel, mae'n hawdd o beniad I Cartwright yn y diwedd, a mae wedi bod rhy hawdd I Caernarfon yn y hanner cyntaf yna.
Nathon ni weld hon yn mewn unwaith eto.
Mae'r pened yn un hawdd oherwydd, mae'n jyst cadw lygad. Mae o'n just, cofia, mae'n cymryd gampol I bach, oherwydd mae'n gorfod gobeithio mae'r golwr ddim yn mynd I gyrraedd I. A dydy golwr ddim wedi bod yn bresenoldeb yn yr digwyddiadau yna.
Ac ar ôl canmol Rob Hughes yn creu, gath ei gol I hun hefyd.
Go iawn, edrych y fan hyn, sut mae o yn just gwadd i Craven, tyna fi lawr, mae'n mynd ar draws i lwybr o, y cyffyrddiad yma a draws i lwybr o. Hynna di'r clefar, mae'n dod ar draws i lwybr o, tyna fi lawr os ti isio, mae'n gic o'r smotin, neu dwi'n mynd i basio hwnna i mewn i gornel y rhwyd. A dyna nath o. Hynna'n feddiannol yn cadw i ben yma, jyst roed i codi ben, gweld y golwr a pasio fewn. Gret gol.
Do, ni'n gweld yn cyrraedd, a rhyw deimlad, doedd y mas o'r car, sam o, mae'n edrych o fod yn barod amdani, mae'n i dangos heno fod yn barod amdani hefyd, mae'n dair i ddim fan hyn, beth am y sgoriau eraill heno o ran Cwpan Cymru. Digon yn digwydd hefyd, fel o'n i'n gweud yn gynharach, Cei Conor ar y blaen y gol i ddim yn erbyn Rhyl, 1879. Trefelyn ar y blaen, o ddwy ddim yn Llan Sawel, tipyn o dorfan yna hefyd, Penrhyd Ceiber ar y blaen yn Rhydaman, yw hwnna bach o stori sgwni Bai Colwyn. Yn mynd yn dda ar ddechrau'r tymor yn y gogledd. Mae'n falch gweud, o'n i'n mynd i weid, fi'n falch gweud bod Malcolm Allen di'n gadael ni. Mi ddim yn falch bod Malcolm Allen di'n gadael ni. Chris Hughes has joined us. I was just about to say, good news, Malcolm Allen's left. That's not what I meant, but good news is, Chris, you've joined us. Great to have your company. What do you make of the first half?
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I think it's always going to be a difficult one for Denbigh. Been impressed with Caernarfon, especially down the left-hand side with Josh Bailey and Rob Hughes, and they've scored some good goals. I think probably would have just liked to get in a half-time 1-0, and that second goal from the set play will have hurt Denbigh. But you know, you never know football, if they can start the second half well and get a goal, you never know in the cup here.
Got to ask you, a local boy as well, you live locally. Anyway, what do you make of all this? There's so much work. I was talking before the game, 18 months since the last home game, money spent on the pitch and the infrastructure. It's very impressive.
Yeah, I think it's something that the club are looking at. Obviously, they've been in Tier 2 and now in Tier 3, and they want to progress, and not just on the pitch but off the pitch as well. The chairman's ambitious, and the junior section and the senior section are all one club, and it's really good. And you know, the pitch looks fantastic, and hopefully that they can progress this season and get promoted to the Cymru North.
What about Newtown manager? Was that Latham Park Tuesday night? Impressive victory against Cefn Druid. We can see some of the goals now. What struck me, if you don't mind me saying, the strength of your squads. When you look at the bench, look at the options you've got as well, especially. So you've got some firepower up front this season as well, Chris.
Yeah, look, you know, it's been obviously with Europe and everything we had to cope with COVID and stuff. It's been a difficult pre-season, but you know, we're happy with what we've got. We've just added one more, so a bit of breaking news. We've just signed Henry Cowans from Telford today as well. So a centre midfield player, you can have that breaking news. So we've just signed him. But no, we're really pleased. Obviously 7 points from the first 4 games. We had a tough start through the top 6 from last year, but you know, we're going in the right direction. But we've got a tough game tomorrow in the Welsh Cup, and that's the focus.
Just saw Aaron Williams scoring there from Telford. So if another player from Telford has the impact Aaron Williams has had on your team, I'm sure you'll be a very happy manager. Yeah, let's hope so. You know, they've got good pedigree. They played at good levels in England. So you know, we're hoping that Henry can add to the squad. Brilliant. Thanks very much for joining us. We'll let you get back. You got Mark Jones. How's Mark Jones doing over there? Yeah, very good. He's been a big help to me. That's great to have you with us. So English language options available on the feed. There's a special feed for the English language options. Chris is leaving us. Thanks very much for that. Chris, as well, dyma ni olygfa fan hyn yn Nimbych. Cyn i ni ddod nôl ar gyfer yr ail hanner, o'n i'n sôn am y gêm na yn y brif adran, Met Caerdydd yn erbyn Abertawe dros y penwythnos. Fel rhan o hynny, Sianed David wedi bod yn cwrdd â un o gyn chwaraewyr Met sydd bellach ym Mryste. Mae stori anhygoel gyda'i hefyd. Chloe O'Connor gyda Sianed David.
It's all I've ever wanted, you know, since I was a child. I always used to say to my parents I'd love to play football every day. Growing up, I was looking up to, you know, women that were doing it every day, and I always believed that, you know, one day it might be possible. But yeah, luckily Bristol took me on as a full-time professional. So yeah, I'm really, really happy, really pleased to be here. Bristol took me on as a full-time professional, so yeah, I'm really, really happy, really pleased to be here. I was playing at Cardiff Met last season, and that season finished in May. And then in the June, then Lauren Smith, our manager, gave me a call and said, would you like to join, and would you like to be a part of the team on a full-time basis? And it was an opportunity that I couldn't turn down. We train at the High Performance Centre in Bristol once a week. where the men train, and it's great facilities here. To have, you know, this sort of setup that I can use every day is great for my learning and my development as a player as well. There's a complete different squad to last season, different staff as well, lots of new faces around. There's girls that have got lots of different experience. You know, they've played at a high level, they played at international level. So for me, it's getting in that starting 11 and trying to keep that shirt. Obviously, I was top goal scorer for the Welsh Prem last season, so hopefully I can add some goals as well as creating opportunities. I had 2 years out through a benign tumour on my spine. At that point, it was football was in the back of my head. I just wanted to be able to walk and run without being in pain. That's when I decided then in the August I wanted to go back to Caernarfon Met and give it a go. That's the mentality that I had going into every game, that this might be my last game. I think that's why I was just really enjoying it and scoring as many goals as I could and creating many chances as I could as well. But yeah, it was a difficult period in my time, and but I never ever imagined that I would be a professional footballer from that. But yeah, I think it just goes to show that if you work hard for anything, you'll be able to get it. Caernarfon Met was a place that I called home, and I always loved going there. You know, like staff, the players, the facilities. You know, it's a great club to be at. You know, I say it year on year to the girls that the Welsh Prem, now the Adran Leagues, is improving every single year, and the intensity is much higher than when I played when I was a 16-year-old, now being a 26-year-old. It's improved a massive amount, and the FAW are doing great work behind the scenes, and you know, with the restructure now, I think that'll only boost the development of young girls coming through as well. I think the Caernarfon Met v Swansea live on Scorio game would be a really competitive game. It always is a competitive game when I played for Caernarfon Met and we played against Swansea. It's a great advert for Welsh football, and I'll definitely be tuning in to watch the match.
Pwy fydd yn cod y cwp? Yma, sgwn i, byddwn ni'n dilyn y cyfan a'r sgorio, a hefyd y fodlediad newydd yma. Gwenan a Sioned yn siarad ffwtbol. Ymunwch gyda ni ar yr holl lwyfannau. Ymunwch gyda ni ar gyfer yr ail hanner. Ewn ni nôl at Malcolm Allen a Nick Parry.
Welcome back to Central Park in Denbigh, where Caernarfon are currently coasting 3-0 against Denbigh Town in the JD Welsh Cup round 2. Still alongside me in the second period, Chris, magnificent in the first half and spoke well at half-time. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me back, Mark. Thank you. Look, just looking there, Mark, looks like Denbigh might have changed the shape, might have gone with match the system up with a back five. Looks like with wing backs potentially, just see as it works out. I wondered if they'd do anything at half-time, because obviously the Caernarfon shape was causing them a few problems with the wing backs pushed really high.
Either that, Chris, or I think they've gone to a 4-4-2 out there. It'd be interesting to see, but I'm sure the manager, inexperienced manager, but doing well. They played some decent stuff in the first half. They've just been picked off too many times by a classy Caernarfon Town this evening. A classy Caernarfon Town who are playing some silky stuff, and the man on the ball, Rob Hughes, can do nothing wrong at the moment. Beaumont even runs 40 yards and keeps Hughes' ball in. Been impressed by the debut making Beaumont?
Yeah, he comes from good stock, as you mentioned before. His father Nigel was a player for Wrexham in the 90s. Had a spell at Sunderland, and obviously Hughes brought him in to Caernarfon. He can play on that right hand side or centre back as well, so he'd be a good addition for them.
Corner taken by Hughes, whipped across the front, headed back. Gossett again eager to get to the ball before Pierce. Hughes, Holmes, Hughes maybe a little bit fortunate to get the free kick there. He's moaning there, Rob Hughes, but it was aggressive stuff from Holmes, a youngster. He done really well at left back.
Yeah, and then Rob Hughes did really well as well, just to get in front of him, nick the ball back, and then draw the foul.
Edwards. It's big, 45 minutes. It's the opening of a new development at Central Park, and I'm sure their fans and their staff and their committee, they don't want to take a severe hiding, Chris. I think 3 or 4-0, and it'll be a good performance for them, which everybody wants them to see. And I'd love to see them get a goal.
Yeah,
opening night.
I don't think the Caernarfon crowd would agree with you, Mark, but I'm sure that the stand that we're in at the moment is full of Denbigh fans would agree with you. It'd be nice for them to score a goal. But look, it's a big task because Caernarfon were really dominant in the second half, and Denbigh have certainly got to try and stem that flow.
Barnett. Been impressed by Griff John's aerial ability this evening. Beaumont. Hughes is straight offside. That flag will be going up as soon as he touches that ball. Rob, there's Kai Jones again. I think I said to you at the start of this half, sure he doesn't stay on, Kai Jones. May have been an ankle, but he's tweaked it again, so it looks like the youngster Gwion David, who's made a couple of appearances already this season, will get his chance to play up top.
Yeah, he scored a really good goal against TNS a couple of weeks ago. Good finish. I was speaking to Hugh before our game last week, and he said he's got really high hopes for him. He's someone who's scoring a lot of goals for their under-19s team, been involved with the first team, so see how he does.
Jones, his night's work is complete. Let's hope it doesn't stop the rest of his season with that ankle injury. He'll get it sorted, I'm sure, by the physio. But good chance for Hugh Griffiths to, again, give Gwion David time, pitch time, 16, 17 years of age.
Yeah, he's certainly, like I said, a threat. He took his goal really well at TNS last week, and he looks like he's going to come on and play that number 9 role through the middle.
Yeah. Koviami behind the goals, applaud him on. Always great to see one of your own. Chris, you must have had it at Newtown. You know, we've all... There's nothing more of a bonus than if you bring in one of your own academy players on.
Yeah, I think with the investment in the academies from, the FAW and UEFA.
He's just straight offside now, otherwise he could have been in very soon. That's a high line, Chris.
Yeah, do you know what, Mark? That, though, is a real annoyance there, because he is offside, but they wait until he moves towards the ball, and the goalie's coming out, the centre-forward's going together. It's a real thing that really annoys us as managers and players, because it could do, yeah, and you just put the flag up, it's offside. Everyone knows he's offside.
He's 15 yards offside,
just put the flag up, but they wait until there's movement towards the ball, and then they blow. But the goalkeeper could have followed through.
Have to agree with that one.
It's a real annoyance for everyone.
Has to be looked at. They're on again. It's Hughes, the man with the golden touch at the moment. David's up alongside him. Hughes tries to play Gossett in, overcooks his pass, and Holmes, the left back, gallops on. It's good tracking by Beaumont. Holmes.
Yeah, did the double last week. He got married on the Saturday and played in Denbigh's 2-1 win on the Sunday. Not a bad weekend that, Mark, is it? Got married on the Saturday and then played on Sunday in the win at Llanrwst, Billy Holmes.
I don't know whether the cameras have picked it up as well. He's got 2 tattoos on his legs. One Superman, one Batman. Absolutely incredible. I think he may have to lend the Superman one to Rob Hughes after the first half.
Yeah, it's just talk about Rob Hughes. I'm a bit surprised when he got in down the left-hand side. It was a little bit wasteful, because it's certainly not been how his night's been going for him, especially in the first half.
Yeah, how does the tempo, a 3-0 tempo, Caernarfon's tempo, just take a little bit out of it? I don't think it's one of those games where Hughie Griffiths would have said, let's go, go for the kill. Let's just go up there and enjoy it now.
Look, yeah, I think it's your own standards, as a player, as a team as well. You've got the cameras here, whether it's Caernarfon players or Denbigh players, you want to play well. I'm sure Caernarfon will want to put their foot on the throat, and as much as Denbigh will want to try and get some respect in the game as well.
Yeah, I think they've earned plenty of respect in the first period with their will to stay in the game. Fitness standards, of course, bound to be a little different. Beaumont, John, most. Lock-stock teams, you should imagine, train once a week. The likes of Caernarfon, now is it twice, 3 times a week they're training. So fitness standards will be brought in. Superb play at the back by Cartwright.
Comfortable, wasn't it?
Coasting out.
He's a good technical player, Ewan.
Thomas makes the run. Goalkeeper. Again. Safe hands, done well. Joe Griffiths, as I said. Griffiths launches the kick. Comfortable. Griff John. Just gone too early again for me. No flag. No flag this time. He squared it. The youngsters squared it. Oh, Rob Hughes blasted over the top. And the young lad, Gwion David, is through one-on-one. And I'm sure the Caernarfon fans behind the goal was hoping he was going to have a go on target. Passes it. And the man of the moment blasts it 20 yards over the top.
Well, Moses Barnett has gone absolutely ballistic at the linesman there. He thinks Gwion David is offside, but really good work by the youngster. Unselfish work, and yeah, you'd think you're squaring it to Rob Hughes there. You'd expect it to end up in the back of the net.
Looking at it the second time, by the way, Chris, is an educated pass from young David. A very educated pass, and he might have made the right move, and I was wrong. Holmes, for me, Holmes has been the best player for Denbigh.
Yeah, he's a Denbigh boy, Billy. He's come up through the ranks, really, so he's someone that's played for the club for a long time. He's had spells, I think, at Llandurnog as well, the local team just up the road, but yeah, he's got a nice left foot on him and good energy.
Plenty of, I think Connors Key are 1-0 up this evening so far.
Now you can make the run.
Britain Ferry 0, Trevellyn 2. That'll be a bit of a surprise result. Gresford 1, Colwyn Bay 1, Ammanford 0, Penrith Khyber Rangers 1. Connors Key 1-0 against Real Chance, just wide of the target again. Hughes could have had a hatful.
Yeah, he's had a couple of chances already in the second half. He's again carried on in the same vein from the first half, really being a constant threat, and it's something that Denbigh haven't really got to grips with him. It started the second half, and I thought they'd gone to 3 at the back with Lee Craven had sort of attached himself to Rob Hughes, but and was man marking him, but that doesn't seem to be the case now, and he's in acres of space.
Yeah, because it'll become even more difficult now, because Hughes, knowing that the game is most probably over as a contest, he will relax and he will go into those forward positions where he can find the ball in goal-scoring positions.
Well, I think the way the team was set up for Caernarfon with the 2 number 10s with Darren Thomas and Rob Hughes are always a threat.
Almost thread through. Holmes gets it wide. Donahue, Rolls Royce material in this game. Donahue gallops away from the defender, just plays it into Rob Hughes. Hughes gets it across.
Yeah, good play by Donahue, shows his experience well there. Then he just stepped in and won the ball back and kept it simple.
Sharples gets it wide out to Matthew Morris.
It's just looking if Denbigh can utilise Jacob Barrett a little bit more than number 10. He's sort of playing in that number 10 position, so you can get him on the ball and get him half turned.
Yeah, I think Griff, like you said, with Griff John comfortable at the back, with Ewan Cartwright, they've just been comfortable all evening, and this lad in goals has had a welcome return, Tyler French, to the team.
Yeah, it's been difficult for the front players, for Paul Fleming, Jacob Barrett, Lee Davey. Have been living off scraps, obviously, because Caernarfon have, like we're seeing now, comfortable in possession, playing through Noah Edwards or Danny Gossett and looking to play Rob Hughes, Darren Thomas.
The lad who's just gone on up the top, David, is making some great angled runs, by the way, off the ball. You could tell he's a striker. He's making some superb runs, and he will be put in, no doubt, Chris, once or twice more in this half. And I wouldn't bet a lot of money against him not getting on the score sheet with you. That is my tip for the next 34 minutes, by the way. David may get one. John. Cartwright inside, Gossett. Gossett is gliding through the midfield, and a wonderful pass from Gossett. Bailey to cut inside. David, very slick play at the moment from the Covies.
Let's go! Go on, Joey!
Yeah, I'd like to mention again, Chris, it's been comebacks and comebacks, but the greatest comeback the Cymru Premier has ever seen is Danny Gossett's.
Yeah, fantastic.
Chance takes a shot on, straight at French, decent effort.
Yeah, just showed there Jacob Barrett got on the ball, little set into Paul Fleming and not a bad strike from distance, but that'll give Denbigh some encouragement, give them some hope. If they can get the ball into forward positions and they can make it stick. They struggled in the first half to do that, but if they can do that and keep the ball in Caernarfon's last third, then something might happen for them.
No doubt. They're the only team in the Lockstock undefeated. They've played 2 games and won 2. 2 rounds, obviously, they've gone through in this.
Yeah, it's very strange. I think they've played sort of 4 or 5 cup games, but only 2 in the league. So I think most teams in the league have played 4 or 5 games, and they're obviously behind the ball in there. But Denbigh will know that promotion is the priority for them this season.
Well, they've beaten St Asaph 3-0 and Llanrwst away 2-1, both away games. So that's a good start, 6 out of 6. Hughes again gets to the byline. Can he pull it back? He pulls it back into the goalkeeper's arms.
They've obviously had to play all their games away because the pitch and the facilities weren't ready for them. So hopefully now, I think they've got a couple of midweeks in the next few weeks, so it'll be an opportunity for them to get some points on the board and push for that promotion.
They play Mould, Brickfield and Blaenau the next 3 home games, so chance to edge their way up the league. Davey, great touch from Davey.
Brickfield Rangers managed by Gareth Wilson, who you'll remember, Mark, who played for Prestatyn and Real.
Yeah, great player, Gaz Wilson.
Yeah, so Brickfield are managed by him.
Well done,
just starting to overdo it a little bit. Bailey, Davey again. Put this off about Davey at the beginning of the second half. Can he hold it up and bring somebody else into play? Done well, Lee Davey, well done.
Really good play.
Cross comes in.
Don't mind that, Rob. Go again.
Fleming, the captain, will do well to keep that into play. Billy Holmes just can direct the cross in. Great out ball. John.
Good play by Lee Davey, though. Something we spoke about before the game. It was important, getting hold of the ball and bringing his midfielders into play. But just disappointing there from Billy Holmes right at the end there. And then Caernarfon are back on the attack.
Gossett, seen a hell of a lot on the ball in the second period. Just gets it out to Bailey. 75-80% tempo from Caernarfon. You have to say, as a cup evening goes so far, Chris, it's a dream evening for Caernarfon.
Yeah, we talked about it before. When you're the higher ranked team, if you like, you're playing against lower opposition. You want to get off to a good start, and they did that. In the first 10 minutes, they were really dominant, scored a goal, and then Denbigh came back into it. The second goal is the killer, really, from the set play. That'll be, frustrating.
Edwards has been keen to get on the score sheet all night. Edwards' dribbles continue. He's the lad you were on about. Barrett, lively winger. But that's the attitude of
good play there. Christian Pearce on the ball back. That shows you the importance, Mark, of that. When you win the ball back, that taking care of that first pass. That's what you've got to do. A couple of subs now. Mark Roberts coming on, and Jacob Walker. So 2 centre forwards, 2 forward players.
Mark Roberts, 35-year-old Mark Roberts. Regularly amongst the goals in North Wales, Mark Roberts.
Looks like Lee Davey and Lee Craven, is it? I think have gone off.
Noah Edwards has been taken off as well for Caernarfon. Edwards has been replaced by Carlo Evans. So Hughie Griffiths, blood in his youngsters, no doubt. Beaumont has looked really strong there. He's unlucky there, and the crowd will not be happy with the referee there. Referee, by the way, has had a superb game so far this evening.
Yeah, Paul Fleming's just dropped back. He was playing a bit advanced, so he's just dropped back into Lee Davies' position now, and Jacob Walker and Mark Roberts are coming up front with Lee Davies. Mark's a Denbigh lad. He's played for the town for many years. Chatting to him before the game, who's struggling a little bit with injury.
Ball flies across again. Rob Hughes. His wonderful first half has just gone a little bit damp. That's tremendous play there. Almost through. Bright stuff there from Mark Roberts.
He's a real pest, Mark.
Yeah,
I've watched him play quite a few. He's a real pest. He's played in the Cymru Alliance, and
he's definitely come on to get a goal, Chris.
Yeah, he's a Denbigh lad through and through. So occasions like this mean a lot to him to playing for his hometown team.
Yeah, there's a historic goal there as well on the opening. On a new evening, new ground. Misplaced pass from Beaumont. John again at the back. Gossett just tidy things up.
Yeah, Kyle Evans looked like he's just slotted in for Noah Edwards there, Mark. He's just like for like change.
Exactly the same thing. It's decent defending again.
Step in.
Gossett tries to slip his marker. Just gone a little bit untidy at the moment, Caernarfon, with them couple of changes.
Denbigh have been quite brave. There we hear. He's gone and put 3 up front against the 3 centre halves.
Yeah, I think Davey will just go in and try and stop Gossett getting on the ball all the time. Bailey. Gossett. Superb evening for Denbigh, whichever way this ends up. Hughes trying to slide David in. Just hasn't gone right for Hughes so far in the second period. The man in the first half. Griff John looks a decent defender. He's been around the Caernarfon team now for a few years. I think he got the makings of a centre half,
Yeah, he's a solid, versatile as well. I think he's one that can play, right back, left back, centre back. He's been used quite a few positions. He played last week against us at right back and then went into centre back when the red card took place.
The break was almost on again there for Hughes as he slides another one through to 2 willing runners. Darren Thomas and Gwion David waiting for it. Beaumont's touch. Beaumont looking for a worldie. Just think he's looking for the wonder strike there. Right backs, 40 yards. Surely not. When you're 3-0 up, you're allowed to try anything, I think, Chris.
Yeah, I don't think his forward players would be very pleased with him there, would they? They're looking for a little pass in. Rob Hughes, Darren Thomas.
Yeah, it's still a wonderful occasion, this, Chris. It's not just an average, Welsh Cup second round game was drifting out. The event is just as important as the result, I think, for the town and the football club of Denbigh. As Roberts drives in past Beaumont. It's a good break from Roberts. John gets it again, makes the tackle.
Yeah, I think you've got obviously the new facilities, and then you've got all the junior players are here. Some of the mascots, some are ball boys. It's good for the town, excellent, and they reached the World Cup final 3 or 4 seasons ago when they played TNS.
Yeah, performed really well in that, only getting defeated 2-0.
Yeah, but then kind of fell down the structure again into Tier 3. So obviously rebuilding and trying to have a real promotion push this season.
Left back again. It's a great ball, wonderful ball. Chance here from Roberts. Body's up in the box now. They got 4 up in the box. Roberts stands at the far post. Chance here. Davey with the header. French collects. Enterprising stuff from Denbigh Town. Great break from Roberts and the header down from Davey.
Yeah, great pass by Christian Pearce. Good play by Mark Roberts. Again, he's a real worker. He's a hard worker. Said it when he came on. He's unsettling the Denbigh defence a little bit and not bad cross to the far post. But Lee Davey just couldn't get enough power on his header to direct it past Tyler French.
Donahue inside the Hughes. I think that's one thing I wouldn't want if I was the manager, Hugh Griffiths. I wouldn't want that ball stopping now. And that's exactly what does happen when you get flippant with the ball. It's got to be moving, Chris. It's got to be moving. It should never stop.
Yeah, I think when you're playing against a team from a low division, that would always be your thing, wouldn't it? Move the ball quick, tie them out, make the last 20 minutes as easy as you can. Obviously, the scoreline is in Caernarfon's favour as well, but keep moving the ball, good habits.
Thomas. Maybe first yellow card of the evening. Gathered there.
Yeah, I think Darren has a bad touch, which opens the tackle up from Will Ashley. Just overruns it a little bit, and he's come in full-blooded, and it probably is a yellow nowadays, isn't it?
Even on a game like when it's 3-0 and it looks to be over, I think he has to brandish the yellow card there. Done a great job, the referee, this evening for me, Aaron Wynne-Jones. He's added to the game. Substitution. Bailey looks like making weight.
Yeah, Ryan Williams coming on.
Ryan Williams will come on, and most probably
it looks like Kyo Evans has gone over onto the left, and Ryan's going to come in the midfield. But yeah, he's been really good, Josh Bailey, especially in the first half. Mark, I thought his link-up play with Rob Hughes is very good, and I think, like we said before, when you come on loan from TNS, you're going to have certain qualities, and he could be pleased with his night's work. Yeah, 68 minutes on the clock is a great night's work for young Josh Bailey. The substitutions being made. 5 substitutions. Chris, is it Welsh Cup, is that correct? Or 3 substitutions? Yeah, Christini, just as he passed that long ball out to Mark Roberts before he went down with a touch of cramp. He's coming on, and Sam Tate's coming. He's going off, and Sam Tate's coming off. It'll be a like-for-like change. Tate can enjoy 20 minutes of action. Thomas stands one up to the back post, overhits Thomas. I think they performed really well second half. Denbigh, they could have been easy for them, Mark, just to come in and come out and feel sorry for themselves, and obviously the way the first half went. Yeah, well, exactly. If you're 3-0 down at half time against a team who were in very good form in the first period, players really enjoying themselves. If he can get a 0-0 the second half at Denbigh, that'll be a tremendous result, and I'm sure the lads and the clubhouse will be a happy clubhouse after, even with the defeat. I think obviously, look, you want to win the game of football, but I think it's a bit more than that tonight. The new facility, the new pitch, and obviously the crowd that are in here tonight, and almost reminding Wales about Denbigh as a football club, if you like. And it's I'm involved in the junior section of the club through my son, so it's a big night for everyone. Son position, Chris? Forward player, I think you would say. Yeah. His name? Sam. Yeah. One for the future. Yeah. Sam Hughes. Better than me, anyway, as he tells everyone. It's not hard though, not hard. Yeah, we've got a big game tomorrow on the pitch behind us. Gresford 1, Colwyn Bay 2. Scores coming across the front. Llandudno 1, Airbus UK 2. Llantsawel 0, Trevelyan 3. Rydym 0, Penrhyw Khyber 2. They're the latest JD Welsh Cup scores on this Friday evening. The draw to be made Monday, I think. I think, look, when you come into these games, it's a better run from Hughes. Barnett gets a touch, Hughes gets it behind. Barnett and Hughes will have a quiet word to each other. There's no way you should get involved when you are coasting at 3-0. The replay may tell us something. I didn't catch it. Barnett has been around, won't be messed around with. It's interesting to see how the referee deals with this. Yellow cards are costly in this competition, Mark, because if you get 2, you miss a game. Definitely. So the cards are just in that competition. So obviously it used to be that if you got booked, it went towards your whole total, but now it's you get another one, and you could miss an important game, and that'll be frustrating for Hugh. Well, here's the incident here. Hughes drives forward at Barnett. Barnett just makes a tackle, clip of a tackle, taps him on the back of the head, and Hughes is lucky. He's kicked out with his back foot and he's missed Barnett, but Barnett did tap him on the top of the head first. So for me, a little bit 50-50. Now, like I said, the yellow card, unnecessary yellow cards they build, we've got a couple of players missing from tomorrow because of bans from this, obviously when the competition was last 2 years ago, but because you know, as I said, they're specific for that competition. You know, Rob could end up missing a game, an important game for Caernarfon in, you know, the quarterfinals or the semi-finals.
The smart money was on Rob getting involved somewhere with the ref. Oh, Gossett gliding. Can he play David in? David, I think he's straight offside. They've done well defensively, Barrett and company at the back, because every time they've had an overload, they've caught Caernarfon offside about 4 or 5 times in the second period, which is, you know, organised defending.
Yeah, they're quite happy to step up and try and play offside and let runners run, but you know, sometimes you need,
as the
it can be dangerous.
show.
Yeah, it can be dangerous because you've got to have everyone off the same page, if you like, and make sure your 2 fullbacks are not dropping deeper than your centre halves.
Yeah, it's a tremendous effort in the second period from Denbigh, as shown there again by the captain Paul Fleming, making tackles.
Yeah, look, certainly, I think when Derry's reflecting on this game and his coaching staff, you know, the work rate and the desire of his players has been excellent. You can't fault that. You know, they haven't folded like we just talked about. You know, the easiest thing to come out at half-time, 3-0 down, is, you know, to feel sorry for yourselves, but they haven't done that. They haven't done that. Obviously, Caernarfon have played with lots of quality, especially in the first half, and scored some really good goals, and could have scored a few more. But, you know, Denbigh have stuck at it.
Beaumont has enjoyed himself going forward all night. Davey has done well since going back in that deeper role. Gets the ball back to his goalkeeper there. And they've played it out superbly there, and the crowd have really enjoyed that moment. Tate, the substitute, sends a raking pass forward to Roberts. Yeah, enterprising stuff from Denbigh. Decent play from back to front end.
Yeah, very good. The 2 substitutes linking up well. Sam Tate there, and Mark just pulled off onto the back of Ewan Cartwright and just couldn't get that first touch into the space. But, you know, he's been a threat. The substitutes have made a little bit of a difference for Denbigh.
Absolutely. And for me, Caernarfon's main men of the first period, Thomas, Hughes, who were playing from deep, have both tried to get too far forward, and it's just sort of stemmed their breaks. Thomas, great tackle from the fullback. Evans takes plenty of touches, but keeps the ball in yellow. Williams, Hughes with a straight offside. I'm just wondering whether Hughie Griffiths now might have, with Rob Hughes on his yellow, has he played all his substitutes so far, Hugh?
Yeah, I think he's brought the 3 on, hasn't he? Yeah.
Has to be careful.
Yeah, you're right, Mark. Since he's gone back into that deeper position, Lee Davies
been excellent.
Yeah, he's done well. He's held it in, and perhaps, you know, when you're jumping in that area, you're jumping against smaller players, midfield players, rather than competing against, you know, centre half, so you can get balls dropped into
and
and bring players
the ball
in.
A lot more.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there a special goal on the opening night at Central Park? January 2020, the last time there was football here. Can Lee Davey light this pitch up with a special? You taking it on, Chris, or is he passing? Caernarfon have gone very deep. They're inviting the cross, by the way, there.
They've got a bit of an overload if they stick the ball in the box here.
Davey clips the cross in, stands it up, headed away. Opening night, an opening night screamer would have been handy then,
yeah,
Chris.
It's a tough one, that, because he just floated it in, Lee Davey, and when you do that, it's difficult to generate power from it. You know, you want it driven in, really, and you can go and attack it.
Davey, man of the second half, Lee Davey. Gets it wide. Tate. Davey with a strike. Tremendous stuff from Denbigh. 76 minutes on the clock, but Davey is almost single-handedly trying to drag Denbigh back into this game.
Yeah, again, good play. Sam Tate's come on and, you know, he's done some good things. Won a couple of free kicks. Played it nice and simple. And again, Lee Davey coming from that deeper position.
Yeah, and if the score was to stay like this, I'm sure they get a good round of applause from the home fans. Tyler French, well played. Played out really well out of defence. Griff John gets it inside the Gossett. Caernarfon definitely changed at half-time to a lower gear. Thomas. David just strays offside again. Moses Barnett has enjoyed his second half. He's organised defence a lot more. His offside trap has worked almost every time. Local pubs be full this evening, Chris, with football fans. Nice to see.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's a couple of pubs near the ground. I'm sure it'll be busy. So yeah, like you say, it's good. Like we said before, good for the whole town.
Are you allowed to join them?
Not for me. No, not for me. Get big game tomorrow, Mark.
Chance here. Harrison cuts it back. Takes the shot on again. That's 3 shots in the last 5 minutes. Enterprising stuff again from Denbigh.
Yeah,
since not quite the quality there.
Yeah, since Walker and Roberts and Tate have come on, it's really perked them up a little bit. And you know, what the difference from the first half is, they've got bodies in the last third, and then when the ball goes in, it stays in. And it was very difficult first half when it was going into Davey and his 1v3, and it kept coming back. But at least now, when it goes in there, they're staying in there, doing a couple of free kicks. They're pressing quite high, as you can see now.
Yeah, tremendous. They're working there where they're trying to work their way back into some sort of goal at least. Beaumont. Gossett. Another tackle from Super Batman. John Gossett. John pushing up into the right wing position. You won't see them there very often. Gossett, Thomas, and Beaumont on the outside. Beaumont back inside. Gossett may fancy this himself. Gossett stands over it, gets a shot off. Great block.
Yeah, really good play by Danny Gossett.
Rob Hughes. Will he thread one or will he take the shot on? Tries a 1-2. Lee Davey, Mark Robertson made a great run then, just couldn't put him in. Tate joins up. There's 4 against 3 at the back. Tate inside. Captain on the ball, stands over it. Beaumont gets the tackle in. Whipped across again. Griff John indicates to the referee that it hit him on the back. Darren Thomas.
Just hasn't quite fallen from the last third, is it? Just for Denbigh. Good play again. They're really aggressive to the ball now, Mark. There's a big difference in their play, isn't it? They're really aggressive.
Oh, there's a chance here. There's plenty of bodies in the box. Donahue gets it away. Hughes. David has just strayed a yard or 2 offside again there. Long ball from Darren Thomas.
By the 2 centre-halves playing higher, it condenses everything into the play and gets all the units closer together. It makes it easy for the forward players then, because you've got midfield players 10-15 yards away rather than having them 35-40 yards away like they were in the first half. So but you leave yourself open to the counter-attack with the high line though.
Effort has been tremendous from Denbigh. Donahue. One of the signings so far, I think, in our league. David stays onside this time. Does he drag it across? He gets his shot off. Again, there must be 6 or 7 saves, the young lad in goals made during the 18 minutes play. Haven't had to be worldies, Chris, but he's made 6 or 7 saves.
Yeah, good pass by Darren Thomas. Just beat the offside trap there, and
Barnett spreads play. Tate heads on. Donahue should go back to French. French will want a clean sheet.
Yeah, he's come into the team tonight. Sure he'll want to keep that clean sheet, as you say.
Yeah, I'm sure Hughie Griffiths will want a clean sheet as well. Donahue gliding through the midfield there. Donahue, racehorse-like. Can he spread the play? Wonderful play from Donahue. Gets it wide to Beaumont. Does he take the man on? Beaumont goes inside. Will he take it on himself? Beaumont shot off. Good save again by the goalkeeper. Surely he can't be far off a man of the match. 6 or 7 saves, Chris.
Yeah, another good bit of play by Caernarfon there. Dean Donahue showing his class, stepping into midfield. Interesting, I watched Caernarfon play against Ruthin in the start of the season, and Donahue actually played in the middle of the park.
Hughes has beat the offside trap this time. Darren Thomas in the middle, Gwion David in the middle. Does he take it himself? Puts it in the back of the net. Celebrates in front of the Covey army. Rob Hughes, 2 assists and 2 goals will most probably afford him a Man of the Match award, and that's Caernarfon 4, Denbigh Town 0.
It looks like he's struggling with cramp there, but certainly didn't show just a ball down the line, and it looks like Mike Sharples is playing him on. The offside trap didn't work. We talked about it before, when one, everyone's got to go as a unit, otherwise this can happen, and he showed good composure, similar to his his goal in the second half. Just drops across, and when he's on his left foot in there, he's not going to miss.
Hughes in that position is never going to miss. A similar goal, I think, last season for Flint. Hughes at Flint early season last year, yeah.
I think Aberystwyth, was it?
Yeah,
I
definitely.
remember the game.
But that's a 4-0 scoreline. A little bit harsh, really, on the second half performance for Denbigh.
Yeah, but I think Moses Barnett stepped up. Mike Sharples has gone back in, and that was always going to happen when if the 2 centre halves do that, and then there's obviously the opportunity then for the ball down the sides, which is what happened.
So with 7 minutes on the clock, Chris, I know Malcolm Allen usually gives the Man of the Match, but I am willing to award you the chance to give the Man of the Match on the red button this evening.
No.
And I will accept it by great announcement of the crowd there. 600 plus is fantastic for a club like Denbigh. Just maybe getting a bit weary now. Beaumont.
Yeah. I think that last goal's obviously not the stuffing out of them, because they were having a bit of a decent spell without really creating anything, but they were certainly competing. And obviously that goal was not the stuffing out of them.
Tate, plenty of pace about him. Almost picks a ball, but again, Rolls Royce stuff this evening from Donahue.
Yeah, totally in control. He has been all night, to be fair to him. He's really showed his class, hasn't he?
Yeah, you could see his Football League experience then coming out. Evans. Again, David making 1 and 2 runs. Thomas didn't look offside that time, but the decision's been given.
Yeah, just read the ball through there. Dion Donahue read the slide pass from Sam Tate and just got there before Jake Walker, and dealt with it really well.
Similar game a couple of years ago when Caernarfon travelled down to Ammanford, and Darren Thomas, I think, ended up with a goal of the season that evening when they cantered their way through. Gossett wants 90 minutes of action now, Danny, every time he plays. He's earned it. I'm sure Hugh Griffiths will be out tomorrow, watching one of his next opponents.
He'll certainly have a smile on his face, and he'll be happy with the night's work that his team have done anyway, because, as we said right at the start, you come to a place here, playing inside the lower league, you're always worried, but his side have been really professional tonight.
Thomas, when he pulls on the burners, he really is one of the top players in the Cymru Premier League, and it's a pleasure to watch. Great layoff from Mark Roberts. Tate has done well as a substitute. Roberts looks offside. Linesman says he's onside. Far post chance here! Oh, it's just off the line. The big substitute has his chance. Jake Walker, wonderful cross. Walker with a header. Beats Tyler French, is just hooked off the line. The celebration goal that all Denbigh fans wanted. So close, but so far.
I think everyone thought on the ground that was in. Good build-up. Good pass by Sam Tate. Mark Roberts gets down the right-hand side, puts a ball into the back post. Good contact by Jake Walker, and
bit of credit, I think, to French with his. I think he makes a great save.
Between the goalkeeper and Ewan Cartwright, they managed to clear it.
Tremendous save, by the way, from French.
Yeah.
Didn't give him enough credit for that, because he hasn't done a lot wrong, Walker. Heads down, opposite side, brilliant save by Tyler French.
Yeah, everyone in the stand around us thought it was in. I think we thought it was in as well, but as I say, between the goalkeeper and the man on the screen there, Ewan Cartwright, they cleared the ball.
Walker with a smile on his face. Could have been one to remember, that one. Jake.
Yeah, I think he was the only one in the box as well, so it's a great spot by Mark Roberts.
Yeah.
He worked the ball really well down the right-hand side, and you know, you were talking before the game, you know, they probably weren't going to have a lot of chances, and you're hoping that one chance, but obviously I'm sure Denbigh would have liked it not to come at 4-0 down. But
I don't know whether Jake's just walked across Aaron Wynne-Jones there and asked if Denbigh got goal line technology there, Chris.
VAR, yeah, a bit of VAR in Denbigh. But yeah, look, again, probably reflects their second half performance in that, really, in terms of how well they played. I was going to give it him as well.
Could you not argue against that?
No, not
Chris?
really. I think I'm surprised Malcolm has. He normally gives it a holding midfield player, a centre half, doesn't he? But no, it was difficult. I think, you know, the likes of Dean Donaghy would have ran him close, but I think with his couple of goals and his assist, I don't think
2 assists, I think, Chris.
Yeah, I don't think you could go in it. Yeah, up to
2
the
assists
corner
and
as
2
well.
goals. Still a chance here. Roberts been enterprising since he's come on.
He has. He'll sit and work hard, Mark. He gives his all, and you know, he's done well. He's unsettled the Caernarfon back three. Certainly give him something to think about.
Well, the stats on chances for the second period and ball possession, yeah, maybe a lot closer than they were in the first half. They scored the goal. Caernarfon, they've eased their way to a 4-0 victory.
Yeah.
But Denbigh Town players have not let their fans down.
No, and I think, you know, you've got to remember that whilst, you know, Denbigh have performed well in the second half, certainly, but you know, the score was, and the tie was pretty much over at half time in terms of the 3-0 scoreline.
David, can he get on the scoreline? Pulls it back across. Gossett, Caernarfon looking for their 5th. Decent play. Barnett was never going to lose that one. Too many touches, and then away again. Can they get a consolation? Makes the break.
I think that's been sort of systematic of Denbigh's game plan, Mark, you know, in terms of defending well in there. They won the ball back, counter-attacking, just a little bit of care and quality in the last third when you win it back. We talked about that first pass or second pass, securing that and then putting someone on goal, and you know, Paul Fleming's done ever so well to get in there. Just a little bit of care with his final pass.
Tonight's results there, Chris. Connors Quay 2, Rill 0. Denbigh 0, obviously. Caernarfon 4, Gresford 1, Colwyn Bay 2, Llandudno 1, Airbus 2, Britton Ferry, Lancewell 0, Trevellyn 3, Ridderman 0. Chance here, Darren Thomas, Gwion David takes a touch. David gets a shot off. Goalkeeper collects. Chris, the 90 minutes is on the clock. It says +3. Whether he will play the added 3 minutes, but really enjoyed your company this evening and hope you've enjoyed this game. I don't think, like I said, Caernarfon have been very professional in their game and excellent, but Denbigh have also really put in a sterling effort this evening.
Yeah, I think, look, listen, it's probably one of them where both managers will be pleased with what's gone on. You know, certainly Hugh getting through to the next round, that was the priority. Doesn't that matter how it happens? You've got to get through. They've scored some good goals. They've dominated most of the game. You know, Denbigh haven't given up, and I'm sure Derry will be really pleased with that. They haven't given up. They kept going, and they've had a couple of half chances, and obviously the one from Jake Walker right at the end. You know, if that goes in, it probably would cap the night off for him, really.
Yeah.
And in terms of, you know, obviously a few people in tonight, and it's been a really good night for the club.
A couple of their younger players as well. You know, they most probably look at this, obviously, maybe recording the game on television, and they just want to go higher again, and it'll inspire them to get even more. Hughes, great tackle from the goalkeeper, tremendous tackle. That definitely would have been enjoyed by the Denbigh faithful.
Yeah, he did well there. Joe Griffith came off his line. Just a little flip round the corner from Gwion David, and I'm sure Rob Hughes would have thought he was in there for his hat-trick goal.
Hughes was after his hat-trick, but the goalkeeper did well again. Holmes, great ball from Holmes. Chance, linking up. John. Goal kick. Referee spot on once again.
Yeah, just going back to that, I think, like I say, I think both managers will be really happy with what's gone on tonight. You know, Hugh getting through to the next round, and obviously, you know, the whole occasion for Denbigh as a football club with Derry and his assistant Owen Roberts. It's been a good night.
Yeah, and they will. Well, look, you're going to attract players with quality surfaces like this as well at this level, and it's a great night for their football club. First ever televised game at their ground. Oh, good knock forward there by David.
But I think that, you know, we won't get away from the priorities. Promotion, you know, back into the Cymru North. That has to be the priority.
Absolutely.
For Derry this year, they're in a tough league. But you know, they've got some big league games coming up, and you know, they'll want to win them.
Donahue.
Well done, Lee Davies. Well done.
Gossett again, tidy on the ball. Evans. Caernarfon looking to pass out the last 10 minutes of this game. As I said, Chris, good luck tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, Friday afternoon shift was a good one, mate, and we enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
And that is the final score at Central Park. No doubt who the hero of the night is Rob Hughes. His brace gives Caernarfon Town a 4-0 victory over Denbigh Town. Look out for the highlights on Scorio on Monday evening.
Welcome Alan. Drychwch pwy dwi'n cael cwmni rheolwr hapus iawn. Hugh Griffiths, rheolwr Caernarfon. Job done, ma'n gweud yn Saesneg, yw'n dig?
Ie, t'mod, yn gêm yn Tony cael lot o meddiant o bethau, ond t'mod, ar nhw'n wneud yn dda i'l hanner. T'mod, ond just yn neud y job. T'mod, dyn ni ar y teledu, yn neud lot o dorf yna, yn neud sŵn, a rhaid ni just neud y job. T'mod, lot o bethau i gweithio ar, ond na, dyn ni trwy, dyn ni yn y rown nesaf, hwnna'n bwysig.
Ser yn y gêm, yn ôl y tîm sylwebu, a lot o bobl yn gwylio. Rob Hughes, 2 gol, Creu 2 gol hefyd. Beth am ei gyfraniad heno?
Do, mae Rob yn boi glyfar. Mae nhw'n tua marciau erbyn o, mae di rhedeg tu ôl i bêl, tu ôl i'r cefnwr, fel arfer mae Rob yn gael y bêl i'r traed. So, dyn ni'n tua newid i gêm o'i fyny dim bach rwan. Ond mae'r ddau finish, dim ond un player ar y cae sy'n sgorio heine, a ni troi chwyth. Ond, ie, mae di wneud yn dda, mae jyst i'n gorau gweithio dim bach mwy caled i ffwrdd y bêl i fi, ond na, mae di wneud yn iawn heddiw.
Oedd cramp dy fe, ni'n clywed yn gweithio bod y cramp yn
Mae dal yn gorau rhedeg trwy hwnna ysdi.
Dim hoi o gwbl er bod wedi sgorio 2 gol ac ati. Ond beth am y cwpan nawr i chi? O ti'n sôn cyn y gêm yw, fe mor bwysig yw cwpan Cymru i chi fel clwb?
Mae'r cwpan Cymru, ie, mae'r cwpan Cymru yn mawr i pawb. Mae'n anferth. A hwn di'r siawns gorau gan pobl cyrraedd. Dyn ni 3 gêm rwan o'r ffeinal. A dyna beth rhaid i pobl meddwl amdan. A hwn di'r ffordd hawsa i gael i fewn i Ewrop. So, oedd yn bwysig, dyn ni wedi gwneud o, a fel ti dweud, dyn ni dod i gêm yma, chwarae'r erbyn dim bach, a maen nhw wedi gwneud o dda. Maen nhw wedi gwneud o dda, fel ti dweud, bydd upset yn y gwpa yma, a dyn ni ddim yn un o, so mae hwnna'n bwysig iawn. Dim
croen banana ar Canaries. Hyw, diolch y galon am ymuno gyda ni. Mae'n agwedd eich penwthnos. Hefyd, Hyw yn ddyn hapus, y cofis drwodd, a lot mwy i ddod dros y penwthnos. Cofiwch amdano ni, Cymru yn erbyn Belarus wedi gofod teithio'n bell ar gyfer honna i Rwsia. Prawn dydd Sul, amser cinio dydd Sul bydd honna hefyd. A wedyn ni digon i ddod o ran y pêl-droed. Gêm dan 11 hefyd yn yr wythnos o ran Cymru. A wedyn ni, ar wythnos ryngwladol yn parhau, Ebyn Estonia, nos Fercher, Stadiwm Dinas Caerdydd, cefnogwyr yn Stadiwm Dinas Caerdydd. Tipyn o chlysur. Mae'n bod yn dipyn o chlysur fan hyn. Mae'n braf croesawu Dewi Llion nôl ato ni, rheolwr Denbigh. Oedd hi ddim i fod heno, Dewi, ond beth am yr perfformiad yna gan eich tîm?
Prawd iawn yno. Dwi'n teimlo hanner cyntaf ar y Caernarfon dominated i ni, digwyr. A dyna ni newid pethau i'r ail hanner. Dwi'n teimlo sy'n wedi setio fyny'r un ffordd ail hanner. Ti wedi bod yn wahanol gêm. Ond ie, mae'r hoci wedi bod yn greit. Chwarae teg nhw.
Faint ti'n meddwl maen nhw wedi dysgu o gêm fel hyn? Dwi'n
meddwl sefyllfaid fel hyn, dwi'n meddwl ti'n dysgu mwy o'n chwaraewyr ti hyn, pwy sy'n stepio fyny, pwy sy'n torchu, lewis. pwy sy'n dangos bach o galon, dwi'n teimlo fi wedi gael, mae'n gwersi da wedi cael ei dysgu digwyr.
Ie, a eisiau mwy yn y sweithi fel hyn, a chlasuron fel hyn hefyd, fa'n helpu ddod o ran gweddill y tymor hefyd.
No, wel, dwi'n siŵr iawn, mae pawb yn dod i fan hyn a gweld faint o garped diog yn... Sym llawer o dim yn Gogledd Cymru efo pitch fel hyn. So, ond, dyn ni'n o gryngreif dyn nod a gobeithio ni, gobeithio gwni dyrchafiad diwedd y season.
Hyfryd. Wel, diolch am y cwmni, diolch am y croeso hefyd. Mae wedi bod yn braf iawn cael bod yma heno. Felly, dyna ni, o ran y rheolwyr, y ddau rheolwyr wedi bod yn brysur dros ben, a mi'n falch gweud bod seren y gêm yn ymuno gyda ni nawr, Rob Hughes. Rob, thanks very much for joining us. Just minutes after the final whistle. Congratulations, first of all. How good was that out there tonight by Caernarfon?
It's good. It's a bit of a banana skin coming here. Playing TNS midweek as well. Connors Key midweek. It's a tough battle. And then coming here on telly, new ground. They're up for it, cup final. But boys did good, played well. Probably could have had more, but... what it is, isn't it?
You seemed up for it anyway. 2 goals, 2 assists, that's not bad.
I know, yeah. About time I turned up, really. But, yeah.
We couldn't help noticing you and the manager having a few words at the end about cramp. He didn't want you to get you off, did he?
No, he didn't, no. Well, I ran out of subs, but I weren't coming off because obviously I put a shift in for the lads, so...
What about this team this season then, at Caernarfon? What can you achieve?
Yeah, it's great, but I don't know, I don't understand what one of them are saying, but I'm learning. But yeah, we've got a good group of lads, so we all stick together. With the results, we're going to TNS scoring 3. Not many teams do that. Connors Key, 1-1. So it just shows that we've got a togetherness.
Brilliant. You've made us smile with the performance. You just made me laugh with that comment about not understanding anybody.
I know,
brilliant. Thanks,
I just
Rob.
know Iawn, yeah. Diolch.
Diolch. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very
Brilliant. We'll see you throughout the season. Yeah. Rob, fyna, seren y gêm. Mae dipyn y seren oddi ar y cae. Nag yw e. Cwpl o ganlyniadau, un canlyniad dwi'n mynd i roeth o chi. Penrhyw Ceiber o'r drydydd hain di ennill yn Rhydaman heno yng Nghwpan Cymru. Maen nhw drwodd. Oedd tîm Rhydaman yn cynnwys Lee Trundle. Leon Britton hefyd. Cei Conna di taro 5 heno yn ebyn o'r rhel. Felly maen nhw drwodd. Dyna ni'r canlyniadau eraill i chi ar ein gwefannau cymdeithasol. Fel ni'n gweud yn gynharach, cofiwch am yr holl bêl-droed sydd na dros y